to not always be this way. You comedians have tainted my friend. Dude,
Let-
one hit of this.
Let me see. I apologize.
You just told
check.
no. It's
I
my
know.
turn to talk because you just said
That's
so.
what I'm. I just
You
want to see
just
if
fucking
they
said for him to shut up. So I can have my turn. Where's my goddamn turn? I never get my. Is this light ever gonna turn green? You just fucked me at a 4-way stop, bitch.
Hey, Paul, say something.
Hi,
More.
Say
my
more.
name is Paul. I've never dabbed.
Switch spots with Clint, would you?
You and your pussy voice.
Well, if he would just ball up that Sissy Adams apple of his and drop it off.
All right, is this better?
Check.
That's
check.
much better.
That's much better.
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Loud noises.
Talking.
All right,
talking.
In my
Still
house.
talking.
I fluctuate. I get excited and I get like up here, but then I'll be high and I'll be down here.
I'm trying to correct my goddamn squirrel laugh. That high squeal of a fucking...
Kev sold his drums.
I know.
Which means there's probably some fucking mixing gear and stuff.
He
sitting
sold
there.
it, and it wasn't USB ready. I already asked him.
Oh,
I
really?
saw him right
Okay.
before I came down here. Because he's
Okay.
like, I'm going to sell my drums to this guy. Would you come
USB
down
anymore.
here and make sure he doesn't try to steal it from me?
Nice. I'm glad he did that.
Yeah. But by the time I got down there, everything was already sold.
Cool.
I think we're...
Did he tell you what his idea is?
Yeah, he wants to grow, and then I was like,
Good luck. Yeah. But that sets off my plan for what I was saying yesterday. That makes it way better. Because I go, oh, you're going to do that? Here's my reaction, which was already a pre-action. Is a pre-action possible?
I call that...
I pre-acted?
I call that being proactive
Okay. Well, I pre-acted.
instead of reactive.
Weed must be getting popular because we had 2 guys that were both white with dreadlocks at the show.
That is when you know weed's popular.
That's when you know Colorado's doing it.
Oh,
right.
man.
I think he's been doing his dreads for a while though. I don't know.
Couple weeks.
Couple good
So,
weeks.
this much hash right here, honestly, if you smoked that much hash right now, you'd be fucking high through this whole podcast and not sure what to do.
I don't want to do that.
I'm not going to do that to you. This is for me.
He's pretty much just calling you a pussy.
No, I'm...
Oh no!
The
Like,
magnitude of
you
the dab
literally
is
have to
serious
build
shit.
up to that.
I've
like,
never. I smoke lots of pot, but I've never dabbed.
it's an experience.
This is good $400 or $500 worth of hash. So
Yeah. And he just sold 3 grams to some dude.
This is like.
Is that?
Little cat did the same while I was
Nice.
there too. So
Nice.
he's like, blowing a little nut.
How do you? Now what you're doing is you're taking.
This is next level shit.
You're
like,
taking
when you
marijuana and then you're extracting something from it.
So
to
what
make
they
this?
do, what he does is elevated
Yes.
concentrations. Essentially, is they extract all of the THC off of the plant by using butane, and then they extract they get rid of the butane in the extraction process and take all of the THC away from the butane. So that's sitting at like that's probably got a little bit of butane in it, but the condensation of
Less
that.
than 2 particles per million of residual butane left in there. About 2 to
that's
4.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people can fuck it up, and if you get all that butane in there, then you can fucking
Yeah.
go bad.
Well, it's like we used to have to do when I was making dog food. We had to do aflatoxin tests.
This is a hobby
on
of his, by
corn.
the way.
What is?
Making dog food.
I used to work out at Mars. There was a dog food plant
Yeah.
out there, but there was an aflatoxin test, and aflatoxin's really fucking bad for you. But like even 5 parts per billion was like you can't take that corn.
Yeah.
I mean that seems like just such a tiny amount. Like jokes.
Of course. Of course.
There's such a bad too.
Smoke hash. I have regular weed too if you want to just smoke weed. I'm not going to force you to do anything, but I brought some weed up too.
I've never dabbed, and I gotta do this podcast, and it's gonna get pretty hairy about the Philippines.
Yeah, don't be no punk bitch.
Let's save his dad for like halfway through. Get some words out of him. Let him
I'll
reference
save my dad for later.
advertise himself. Say his name. Make it worth showing up before we kill him.
If I talk just like this.
No, don't.
talk just like this.
But
if
talk.
I talk just like this.
Talk, because you're gonna be talking with me. Talk.
Well, yeah, I know.
Talk.
I'm like,
There you go.
Yeah, I'm good there.
Okay.
I should be all right
They
there.
have to
Yeah.
scoot back that far.
No,
Is that-
I have to.
For some reason, he just kills the mic.
I project. Well, I have a lower voice than a lot of people, and I project.
And your
very
gain's
loudly.
like almost all the way down.
Yeah.
Okay. Part of it is this little cove we're in here. I've said that before.
Yeah, but it's on every podcast, man. Every podcast, I'm just fucking booming. Like, you listen to the one I just put up, I'm booming over Douglas and Little Kev the entire time. Just, I need to, it's a theater thing, I guess. So anyway, who are we here with? Clint Stewart.
Clint Stewart,
And-
at Tall Clint, yay!
Paul Rosales at Rosenberg.
Right.
Of course, at Irie Genetics.
And you know that cat. And
Rasta
and
Jack.
there's Wade Ridley here. To get to the first topic, straight up, you guys fucking crushed at the comedy showcase at the downtown bar.
Thank you.
Had a blast. You guys each did some amazing veteran things on your first showcase.
I don't know about veteran. For me, I'm not going to talk for anybody else. I thought you did well just interacting with the crowd. Just tell them to shut the fuck up.
I told myself too, like when I went up there, I was like, you're not gonna get all crazy with the crowd this time. Like you're not gonna have people interact with you. You're just gonna do your set and that's that. But I can never just do my set.
Oh, that guy was talking.
A lot of people were talking, and
Yeah.
you gave them several warnings. So they, like, one rule that they say is never, don't even let them say a second word. And you let them
I did let them.
twice. You were like, could you please be quiet?
Those are your friends.
Could you please be quiet?
Wade brought the ghetto people
Hey,
from Bessemer.
hey.
I think everybody that showed up in Pueblo is ghetto people, so you gotta be careful.
There was a lot of ghetto performers, too.
Speaking of ghetto, Clint, your set was fucking no one. That was the
Yeah,
bomb.
I was gonna
He
let
says
it
ghetto
go, dude.
performers and no one laughs
Let
at
it
the
just
ghetto.
fly. It's good. You just crushed your own joke.
Right.
Yeah, I was just waiting on I was like, get to it.
You found yourself battling with the mic because of the fucking reception is what the only thing I can
I pretty
really
much
say.
just let everybody else know where you could not walk.
But you were able, I mean, you finally came up, you took your paperwork up, you came up, you got more personal with the crowd. Instead of setting your material on the pool table, you brought it up to the chair, started looking there, and then people, you did a great job of lulling people to sleep. Before you're supposed to.
Yeah, that's how that
Before
works.
your bit ends.
That's how that works.
And that's something that for me, I would get very nervous if I had a lot of dead time like
It's
that.
fucking scary as shit. Well, you know, like in my set, I know I'm about to take my clothes off.
Mhm.
So that's the scary part. Letting them and then you add on that well, it's dead silent out there. Like just for it's 30 seconds to a minute. You know, it wasn't very long, but I really do feel like when I'm talking and then I take my shirt off, everybody's just like, what the fuck?
And then
But they don't say anything. It's just what?
I really enjoyed the surprise ending to that.
I
Yes,
was
yes.
laughing hysterically because I thought I was going to see it.
I know it was cold, bro. I'm proud of you.
Like I
That's
give
what
a
you
shit.
said, yeah. And then Paul, on your set, like you went after Carl.
I kind of feel bad about
No,
that now
dude.
because I didn't put two and two together that he has a chick with a bunch of kids, so he very well could be some mom's shitty boyfriend.
More than likely has been.
I'm not
on
gonna
several
say he
occasions.
is. I know he likes to drink. I know he doesn't have any hair and he has a beard.
A
That's
very
usually
perverted looking sweater.
that's usually a
On
good sign that
multiple
you're
occasions.
some kind of shitty father figure.
But then you went. Carl wasn't the only guy you went after, was it? You went after the other guys.
I told some guy with long hair that I'd fuck him from behind.
That's right.
Did you call him a rapist?
I did call him a rapist.
Yeah, he told me he has the mustache.
His goatee and his hair made him a rapist.
It's the goatee and the ponytail combo. Just says you committed rape in like the early 80s.
That guy
That's
took a
what it
lot
was.
of shit
He
too.
was a really cool guy, though.
He took a lot of
You know,
shit.
all of
from a lot
those people were
comedians.
cool. Even your family that
Yo,
showed up
dude,
very loud.
Those
The
fucking people were
the people that
fucking
came from the kitchen.
Dude, I just love that all you guys were scared of him. You were like, I don't know, I'm gonna get stabbed if I talk bad about this guy with the tattoos and whatnot.
They're from Bessemer, so that's
Hey.
all I know.
Hey,
See, and I don't allow that time in between jokes for them to say
Oh,
anything.
yeah, yeah,
When they start
yeah.
talking, I just talk over them.
yeah.
It's just, I'm great at talking over people.
It throws me off too much
Did
to
the
hear
mic
people
die
talk.
when you were doing your set?
Not when I was doing it, but he
Okay.
kept doing that.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
terrible, over and over. And every time I'd walk in a certain place, and I was like, I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm gonna just keep doing. I'm gonna make you guys listen to it a couple more times.
It was,
Fucking
you know,
yes.
it's a technical issue that will be resolved, I hope, for next Wednesday.
I know how you
because,
can fix that.
Yeah, I don't doubt that whatsoever. I'm gonna have to, why the fuck you slap me around and let me know? Hey, fix this. It's cool though. I mean, it's good to have those obstacles. I mean, like, I appreciated, I appreciated that it was a little rowdy because, all the other rooms that I've done in the past year, at least throughout Colorado, are very.
The rowdy seemed to have woke up the crowd, which also woke up Paul.
Yeah.
That's what sparked the whole.
Yeah.
He started talking shit and changed on stage. I saw a little bit of on floor, I guess. I saw a little bit of transformation there.
I got a boner is what happened.
I'm glad I was looking you in the eye.
You wouldn't be able to tell, it's so small.
I noticed.
I tried, man. I tried going at him a little bit right before your set to get him to shut up. I was trying to go after everyone, like those two chicks that took a selfie of themselves during
Yeah,
the
that's so
funny.
funny.
That was funny.
Ridiculous.
like going after anyone I could on that end because they were kind of fucking rowdy. But I like that, man. I like it.
You were all
I
business.
liked it. I
Yeah.
thought it was fun
Yeah,
doing all that. Like
that place was fucking packed.
like when you
Yeah,
say
it was.
something, when you say something off the cuff, like it's so fucking scary. You're like, is anybody gonna laugh at this? And when they do, it's so fucking rewarding.
Even if they don't, people that can sense comedy know that was off the cuff, and we go, that was a nice try. You
Yeah.
shot for
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you got really close.
Yeah.
Take that, Carl. You fucking shitty
Dude,
dad.
that picture was
With a
awesome.
bad sweater.
That picture
I was
is
so
so
pumped on
funny.
that picture that I got a fucking people pointing at Carl and shit like that, laughing after Paul cuts him. That was a fucking great night, man. Everyone had great performances. Ben's head got shaved. Luke fucking does great on his end.
I've played a lot at the downtown bar with like previous bands and stuff, and I've never seen it that packed.
No, huh? I'm pumped. That's just a testament to everybody.
And like
You know
how
what I'm saying?
how late everyone still stayed, because I left like around 1, and there were still tons of people in there.
Yeah, I took the baker dozen. Like fucking left.
Is that some
it
kind of
there.
sex term?
Yeah. I'll leave that to my own proclivities and fuck your guys' fucking musing looks right now.
That's when you're having
maybe.
sex with a donut.
Well, or at
A
least
dozen donuts.
Well-
That's what it looked like to me.
For
Well,
me,
You're
it's
the
you
baker.
have, you have sex with one and then eat the rest.
So we
That's
just
my
crushed
night.
you on real good, dude. You're getting really comfortable with the mic, and it's noticeable.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you're a host.
I
You've got a
appreciate it.
host thing. You're
Yeah.
funny. You've got that natural, like, I like
Yeah.
how you could just, I could tell you you didn't skip a joke. You were in a joke, and you're like, wait, I've got to burn you really good, and here's my joke.
Yes.
And it was just like, oh, shit.
Yes.
He just comedied somebody.
Professional,
you know?
You
like-
just got comedy.
You did it.
It's
Bazinga.
I've failed many times to fucking to like when it happens and I realize that it happens, man, it's a great feeling. So like if you make a joke that I call it like a trap joke. So I make a joke that will trap the audience into basically giving me the middle finger, and then I give them the punchline because I get the reaction. Like I knew they're giving me, I'm going to get the middle finger. I give them the punch. Everybody laughs. When I get that trap joke and I know it's there, it enables me to be able to go off here, play, come back, punchline. Everyone's laughing. Time to bring up Paul Rosales.
Mm-hmm.
That way.
Because the laughter's going to end quickly
Everybody stops
once he
laughing.
gets up there.
Yeah, right. You know what? I was like,
Is that the janitor?
I want to be better.
Hey, I shaved my beard. I look a lot
Yeah,
better
you're
now.
right. You're right. Now you look more like the guy that's coming to fix my computer.
Exactly.
No, you don't.
I got
No, you
sick,
don't.
I got sick of looking like a homeless bear.
You look. That's now you know.
Do you mean bear as in the kind in San Isabel or the kind at the Pirates Cove?
Why does it have to be? Why can't it be both?
Why can't we have a
Okay.
Pirates Cove in San
Yeah.
Isabel?
You could
Because
be,
I'm you guys right now look like a homosexual couple as far as I'm concerned. You're like some little computer guy from the fucking, I don't know, Yemen.
You're gonna call
And
that
you
guy
know.
over there with the killer epic level 10 beard? That's a man beard, dude. That's like
Yeah.
a man beard.
As
Where's
far
show me
as-
your beard?
Okay,
He's got more hair on his
We haven't
chin
put
than
labels
you've got
on it
your
yet, but we
entire
wouldn't
body.
go as far as couple.
Let's
as
call
far
him
as
duo.
I'm concerned,
Well, we're just trying to play it cool and see what happens.
we're just letting the road take us where we need to
Exactly.
go. You know,
We don't need to
The
label
labels,
things
man.
for it to be, whatever.
If you don't know Clint and you haven't seen a picture of him, look, he's strapping. He's got a level 10 beard.
Fuck
There's
that
a level
beard.
10
Dude,
beard.
that's a man beard.
I'm saying beards are makeup for men. That's all I'm saying.
Are you
You're
jealous?
just saying that because you can't grow.
I
it.
think
Yeah,
you're
no,
jealous.
seriously.
I'm sorry.
This was
Do
in
you
solid-
not see this
You've got
mustache?
everything.
Solidarity to you.
That's a mustache?
I don't see that this is almost Raul Julia-esque right now.
Does it cause a rash on your boyfriend's taint?
I tell you what it does
Going down.
cause. It causes wet panties
Your
worldwide.
terrorist
Okay.
genetics should make you way hairier.
Oh, I know,
That does
dude.
not
I
cause
know, and I don't get like. I feel like I only got the positive ends and not the negative ends of being Arab. So like I get to float in and out of it a little bit. So like if I got to apply for a loan, I'm like Jordanian, and they're like, yeah, you know. But you know, if I want to make fun of Arab people, I'm like, hey, I'm Arab as well.
You have to apply for loans? I'm white. I just get them.
Oh, right. Because
Throwing
that
money at us.
that stunning beard and missing front tooth is so fucking.
Hey,
That's what that makes me want to give you money.
They want him to
Let me
start his
tell
own
you.
Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, seriously, it's Pueblo's Duck Dynasty.
There's
Duck Dynasties.
The dynasties.
You're also
that's what I
stupid.
hit that dude with. I call him Bess Maries. That's fucking right. That joke went almost wrong too.
Yeah, I'm not going to get on stage with a microphone and talk shit to somebody 6 feet away from me who's got their name tattooed on the back of their head. That doesn't seem like a strategy
It's
I want
not
to
a good
employ.
thing. I can't help it. Like my mouth will just keep going, and like something will pop up, and it'll just
I
come
think
out.
all of the guys that were over 6 feet tall and over 170 all kind of stood up like, well, I might have to run to the front.
Oh, someone might get stabbed up there.
Well, I
They
have
have to
that. I
pull
have
them
that
off.
tattoo joke, and I stared like the guy
I know
in
you
the
did.
eyes the entire time I was saying. The guy that was covered in tattoos.
But you
He was
looked at him
laughing,
first
so
and
it's
said,
fine.
don't.
That guy's come to a few things too.
Yeah,
though.
has he?
He went to that 2-minute thing, and now he went to this
Oh,
thing.
no shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guy that goes to multiple shows. I don't know
Yeah,
who you are.
seriously.
I made fun of you. Thanks
No,
for
I
being
was-
a good
we-
sport.
The reason I recognize
I
him
think
is
he's a
because we were in
tattooist.
jail together.
Oh no shit.
That's how I know that.
How long were you in
It is
jail?
now.
I just
think it
tattooist.
works. He's a tattooist.
Twitter me if I'm wrong, and then go fuck yourself.
You were in jail together with that
Yeah,
dude?
well, I was only in for 20 days.
Weird for 20 days. That's 20 days longer than I've ever been in.
That shit
We got into
sucks.
some domestics, and I had to call the cops on him.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Someone's got to go to jail.
So which one of us is the bitch?
Okay, so not to segue into some very.
Great
Paul.
podcasting.
Paul raised his hand.
We're just having a conversation. I didn't know this was going on. I just showed up here.
To segue into violence in Pueblo, Colorado, Sunday was a very interesting day in Pueblo all around. There was an abduction from Pueblo West where 2 dudes walked into a house, blindfolded 2 kids, blindfolded the dad, took the wife for 12 hours and tried to get ransom. There was the, in Pueblo West as well, I believe, knock on the door, lady answers the door, 3 gunshots into the lady, they bounce, no one knows. Then there's this one hit home to me because I'm always scared that this may happen. Chicken dude get into a fight, she pulls out a gun and shoots him in the lower body. Like,
That was a dick shot.
She's going after the dick. Yeah.
No, my buddy.
I like
my
the way you
buddy
define
went to
that.
school with her,
yeah.
and that's
She's known
what
for
he
shooting dicks.
I guess she's just known for shooting. No, my buddy hit me up today. He goes, "Oh, I guess another one of my friends is going to jail," and I was like, "I didn't hear about this," and I thought it was a guy, of course.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "No, this chick," and gave me her name. I can't remember it, but it was like, "Yeah, I shot him in the dick," and I was like, "Oh man, I'm glad I never caught any of that because I fucking deserved it."
I've deserved to get shot in the dick a few times.
I think if you've got a dick, you probably should have been shot in it at least.
At least once.
That's how it rolls.
My dick should have been shot
Your dick should be green and shriveled.
on
From stories I've heard.
From stories I've
green
heard,
and
it
shriveled.
is.
The only story you haven't heard is that Papa gets tested at least once a year.
You gotta do that shit.
Clean bill of health, like fucking porno. Like, okay, I don't mind my references either. Dr. Punjabi. That's not his real
That was
name.
racist.
I was gonna say that. That was racist and Punjabi. It's not somebody you need to go to for paperwork like that.
Do you feel that there's escalating violence in Pueblo steadily? Do you feel like it matches because Pueblo's growing bigger and bigger and bigger, or is it just Pueblo prone to it because it's fucking Pueblo?
I think we're a bunch of dumb kids.
I think there's violence everywhere. Like, look at Springs. Fucking, you
But
can't.
3 on 1 day for Pueblo, that's like kind of much for us.
It's a hat trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Finally.
Like
Right?
that's kind of much for Pueblo. I mean, the crime has been increasing to more drastic.
I think it's better to be a comedian here because people just get stabbed in Springs. Here, you get shot in the dick. You can't beat that. You can't write that
I
shit.
don't want to get shot in the dick though.
In California, they kidnap you, cut your dick off, put it in your mouth, beat the shit out of you. While they're beating the shit out of you, your dick is hanging out of your own mouth, so you can't scream properly. Because first of all, I mean, you're going to try to keep it so it doesn't get lost.
Mine's not that big. I can talk.
Have you ever tried to scream with a dick in your mouth?
It's like having
You were there. Why are you asking?
It's like a swizzle stick, really. You know, you're just trying to.
That's why I always.
They never ate this dude's dick. They left with they put it in his mouth, beat him, and then left with the dick.
Well, whenever I go to California, I'll have a decoy dick that I'll tuck my real dick and put
Decoy
a decoy
dick.
dick on there, so they'll cut a decoy dick off.
This decoy dick's kind of big.
It's black.
That's the one you want, y'all. Shove that one in
That's
my
the
mouth.
real one.
Shove that one in my mouth while I.
Special guest Gin Dog. She's
Hey,
over here
Gin
getting
Dog.
some love.
Yeah, man. Ginger's always cooking it
She's
up.
like, why are you guys so rowdy?
Oh,
Talking about
sorry.
fake dicks.
Big black
Decoy
fake
dicks.
Gonna learn today.
No, you don't need a decoy dick.
I guess moving on to the next subject then of
We've
bowling.
got subjects.
I guess.
Bowling?
I don't know. Bullying.
Oh,
That's
bowling.
Bowling sounds more
Yeah.
fun. You guys want to go bowling?
Oh, dude, I saw some
You mentioned
people
something
doing
about a comedy bowling team.
I said a Pueblo aspiring comics bowling team. I said, Paul
None of them have
Paul
jobs.
and Wade can do it
Easy.
because I got better things to do.
I thought you said beard bowling team, and I'm not invited because like I don't have
No,
a
that was
beard.
something else.
Oh,
That was something else because it's great because it's like this message that I'm sending to you, but you get it so much later than everyone
I
else.
do, man. I get it way later. Like I'm still learning. I'm getting caught up to
I
technology.
keep bullying
Yeah,
Wade.
it's-
That's why he wants to talk about bullying today.
No, it's just
Just wait to
it's
fix
kind
him.
of
He's in this group.
growing into a prevalent subject, I
It is.
guess. Like you've had over the past year, how many different kids commit suicide over it? You could very easily say that it's been at least partially responsible, probably for some kid walking into a building with a fucking assault rifle. And now in the NFL, this place where most of America's youth look to heroes, you finally see it in a poor light.
Hmm.
Do kids still see NFL stars as like heroes?
Do they still get paid $50 million a year?
Well,
They
I
still
can
get
see
shoe
that,
ads and everybody's
but
wearing their
like,
shoes.
I just don't get that.
Wearing their
like, why they're
jerseys.
looking to a bunch of like rich rapists and dogfighters and ridiculous things.
If their
I mean,
parents-
they're not all like
Yeah,
that.
well,
like,
no, but if their parents are into it, I mean, it's a part of the culture. It's a prevalent part of pop culture. Like athletes across the board are today's idols. I mean,
Yeah.
outside of it's not like we have a Martin Luther King Jr. or JFK to lead. We have these athletes, and in this environment now of absolute, I don't know, male testosterone, where the word bully shouldn't exist because you're getting the teeth knocked out of you on a daily basis, it now exists.
right. Well, that's bullying on a whole different level.
Is it?
I would say so.
Because
Like,
I mean, or is it just bullying in a different reference? Because I mean, do you have a bullying story where you've been bullied?
I was bullied as a real little kid, and then I turned into a bully to stop it.
So what happened on both? Like, how did you get bullied, and then what happened for you to make that differently?
A lot of it was because I was kind of small and scrawny as a little kid, and then I just remember there'd be the kids I'd always want to play football because that was what we did, and so we'd go be playing touch football, and there'd be the kids that they all got on one team, and then all of us scrubs kind of got on the other team. So it wasn't terrible because I always tried to make friends with everybody. But then I realized, like, oh, the way to not be bullied is to be one of those guys and kind of try to be the alpha male or whatever. So you go and be an asshole, and all of a sudden the other assholes are like, we don't want to fuck with that guy.
So what he just explained essentially is what's going on with the Jonathan Martin in the NFL scenario. Jonathan Martin says he was bullied so much that he tried to become a part of these bullies, and was unable to do it. And when he was unable to do it, he finally just reached a breaking point. And in that breaking point, he left the team. I mean, he's walking away from multi-millions of dollars because he doesn't want to be a part of this environment. Have you been bullied before?
Of course. I grew up as a fat kid.
Your whole life, were you chubby your whole life?
I was chubby my whole life.
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
appreciate it. Thank you for sharing that.
I've been like tall, like I'm not really tall, but like I was big like this. Basically, it looked like this when I was in 5th grade. Like I just went through a giant growth spurt, and like I was a big dude, like all throughout middle school and early high school. Then like later on in high school, kids just started catching up, and I just became an average fat kid.
Did you ever flip the script and
No,
become a bully
no, I
yourself?
don't think so. Like I talk a lot of shit, that's for sure, and I've made high school teenage boys cry by talking shit to them before.
Like now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yesterday.
now or
Yeah.
Yesterday.
It's kind of easy to
last
do.
week.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to do
I
when
was
you're
hitting on
like,
some kid's girlfriend and he got mad, so
But she was like 40, so
Yeah.
I made fun of his trousers and
his trousers.
started crying.
His bloomers. He didn't care for his bloomers being.
Jeff, I'm sorry. I apologize. You have more on
Yeah, but when I was in high school, like I made other high school kids cry.
Yeah.
I was an adult doing this,
Uh,
and like that's how I learned how to deal with being bullied. It's just like they can bully me and talk shit, and but there's only so many times you get called fat, and like it starts, it gets to you because after a while you hear it
of
for
course.
so many years. It's just like whatever, I've been called that before. Who gives a shit?
Of course.
So I just started talking shit about them. And then, like, when they would beat me up or try to beat me up or whatever, I would talk more shit about them, and they would always end up getting really upset. And then it would make other kids laugh, and that's...
Did you ever have the like boys in the hood moment where you're crying and punching your fists in the air at a mirror, and then like maybe tried to like physically stand your ground
I
against
don't know
guys
if my
like that?
brother ever got shot, so that's what happened in that movie, right?
Poor Ricky.
No, my brother. I don't have a brother.
Oh, I was like, I didn't know we were still in the boys in the
what I'm
hood
talking.
thing.
You brought it up, man.
Yeah,
You
I know.
showed me.
Well, I just
All
thought
right.
that we were going to use it as a one.
See,
But
you've been dabbing, and you don't know what's going on.
well, no. My point is like I've been pushed to the point of seeing that white light of like where you just black out and you swing.
Well, I've never made it. For me, I've never done that, like with kids talking shit to me or like beating me up or whatever, because I would just talk shit to them, and it worked. And other kids, like, a kid can call you fat, but if you say something funny about them and like it makes a whole classroom of kids laugh and they feel that fucking bad, like that's just so much better than punching somebody. But when it came to my sisters, if anybody fucked with my sisters, it was just right to swings.
Brother.
See, and I was always real quick to throw a fist. So
Only
somebody
with
was
my
talking-
sisters.
See,
But
I
you
was.
two are built a little differently. I'm sure if he was as quick to throw a fist, it wouldn't end as pleasant for him as it would you.
Yeah, I just got that in my head where, like, I don't know, because there's you see these barking matches between dudes, and they never throw a fist or something like that, and that pisses me off because it's like, oh, you're a man up until fists start going. Well, you start talking shit, and I don't say anything because I'm just throwing elbows, like, because I'm a jerk. Like, he might not even have wanted to fight, and I just start punching.
Shit solved.
Oh,
That
Sometimes.
problem's done.
We're the complete opposite
No.
of fighting styles.
But it just I don't like barking at guys. Maybe I'm not smart enough to bark at them, but I'm dumb enough to throw a fist.
I'm never gonna go out and try to start shit with anybody. Like that was never my intentions or anything that I really did. Like I'm sure I was some people would say differently. I was an asshole or whatever because I was an asshole, a big time asshole when I was younger, and I did talk a lot of shit about people. That was probably unwarranted sometimes, but
whatever.
I didn't I don't ever think I was a bully. Like if you were shitty to me, if you were really cool to me, then I wouldn't do it, and it would just be
It
jokes.
wasn't a part of your daily.
Well, if you were really cool to me, it was just jokes, and we'd all laugh about it.
Do you
Because
feel like you get bullied today?
no, I just feel like my friends talk shit about me, and that's funny.
Okay.
And I talk shit about them.
Now, if I move to your right, you've been bullied
I'll guarantee you.
your entire life, and you probably still could get bullied in certain circles today. So if you go out into public just through your appearance, people are automatically wary of your look. Were you bullied growing up, and do you have that experience today?
I'm from California, where I grew up. It was mostly black folk, and
Red
I was
Coast.
a bitch-ass little white boy. Yeah, for sure. I'm from Bellflower, California.
I'm from Sacramento.
West Coast. Oh, nice. So you kind of know what I'm talking about. Being just one of the few white boys, I think they laid out the calendar and they counted how many white people, and they're like, well, on the first we're going to be these two white people, the second these two white people, and so when my day of the month came around, they just beat the shit out of me. It wasn't anything I did or they, just how it went. So we all accepted it.
I'm from Northern California, where there's gaggles of white people.
Yeah.
You should go up there.
Yeah,
I should have. Well, I came to Pueblo. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. But, so yeah, I was just getting, but that started around 5th or 6th grade, where we really started getting a lot of, the Compton kids were getting shipped to our school because they were getting in trouble there. We were like the next district over, just bring all these crazy Compton kids that live in Compton to all these white people's schools, and we were just fucking beat up, picked on. So that's when that got intense. Then when I moved here, I'm from California and I'm the new weird kid here, so that kind of made me pick on.
Of course.
But I'm a big dude, and I'm mouthy. So when people tried to pick on me, I would just go, you just run, shit rolls downhill, dude. You go down, I'd go to my house where my cousin's smaller than me and whip his ass. But now he's an ass kicker because I whipped his ass. And I think me getting beat up by all those people put some character in me. I can stand for my own shit now.
Fuck, man, I don't. Do you agree with that? Character is built through getting an ass?
I think it just got real, and I'm a little nervous.
Want to smoke some weed with me? Friends.
I've never seen a guy with dreads talk so like vehemently before.
And eloquently.
Yes.
Podcasts have improved my mouth quite a bit.
Absolutely. Communication.
You got to think a little bit.
Has an ass kicking given you character?
Oh yeah.
Has an ass kicking given you character?
I'm trying to.
He's never had his ass kicked for what he's saying.
Any ass
And he can fucking prove it if you say something else.
I've had my ass beat. No, I was trying to do mixed martial arts for a little bit there. I had a couple of
character.
Well, I had a couple of amateur fights, and that's when I lost a tooth. I got kicked in the face.
Can you mention shit like that before I bag on you and not having a fucking tooth next time on how you lost it before I get a big fucking
I'm not
mouth?
that fucking worried about it.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've been missing a tooth for like 5 years now, but if I wanted to get it fixed, it would be fixed.
I'll clinch jokes character. Stop now.
Right, like this Rasta and this guy on the other side are gonna kill me.
That's more T-Mole shit. But no, never mind. Forget about it.
He's going through his notes. That one's not gonna work
anymore. I've taken a lot of ass beatings, and I could rest assured it's given me the sense throughout my life of not giving a fuck about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm willing to try anything twice just to make sure that I hate it. Like, I'm willing to do a lot of crazy shit, I think, because I've gotten picked on from the minute I was born, and the last time I got bullied, I want to say I was like 32 years old. And it was at work in Vegas. It was goddamn Halloween, and it was the girls were going to dress up as Indians, the guys were going to dress up as cowboys, and that very summer, Brokeback Mountain came out, and if it's one rumor I've never escaped my entire life is that I'm gay. So like, now that I look back on it, it's fucking hilarious.
You know it doesn't matter to us. We'll be friends with you. Whatever you decide. When you're ready to decide.
Two comedians and a dumbass. Listen to you say that, and there's just silence awkwardly for a moment.
How bad can I bag on him?
So like, there's
two comedians over there. I should keep my mouth.
Well, here's what happens, man. For those of you that have never been in the restaurant business, there's a pre-shift that goes on before the restaurant opens, where the chef and the general manager communicate the day's specials and shit like that to the staff, and it's about 15 to 25 minutes long. And as soon as they saw me wearing a cowboy shirt and a cowboy hat, everyone looked at me and I was like, get it all out right fucking now. And they took the next, no fucking lie, 23 and a half minutes to fucking bag on me. 14, 15 people. And that was cool. I took it all. Brokeback Mountain, all of this. Well, the problem was there was about 4 dudes that didn't stop. And they kept going throughout the entire shift. By the end of the shift, some dude just looked at me and said, "Move, faggot." And I looked at him dead in the eye, and I had so many tears welled up, like tears were welled up, because it's like I've reached that point of ball my fists and take my shirt off like a coward and start yelling, or yell and shit like that. And the general manager came along and tears were in my eyes, and I just bounced. I just left work. I walked out on like a $80,000 a year job. And I got called and apologized to and everything like that. But that's the last time I remember getting bullied. And that was one of the shittiest fucking feelings because I couldn't fight back. Because I wasn't smart enough and there's too fucking many at the time. Now, however, would be a different situation.
Yeah.
But I can definitely understand where that dude comes from if he had to bounce. So.
How long was it until you blew him?
There were tears of
This motherfucker.
Tears from gagging.
This motherfucker.
Hi, wait, I just called to apologize for calling you a faggot at work. Come have some martinis.
You were fucking saving that in your dreadlock for how long, dude? You were squeezing that thing probably like just waiting for me to finish, weren't you? You were hiding it under that fucking cap somewhere, dickhead. And that was a good hit, bro. It was a good hit.
He just told us something personal about his life, and you destroyed it.
That's awesome, though.
Hilarious.
We don't want to get all mushy on him.
No, that's hilarious.
But leading into something perfect though. Now that we're in the comedy scene, I should have the thickest fucking skin ever.
Oh yeah, I certainly do. Like, I feel like I do. Like, I don't think, like, I stopped feeling shitty about what people say about me, like, a long time ago as well.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get all real about it, I believe I got stuck in a desk once in middle school. You know what that fucking feels like?
I'm gonna smoke pot, not laughing.
I'm gonna laugh at you.
Laugh at me. You know what happened? Let me just say that these desks were fucking small. I wasn't that.
Of course
Like, I
they
didn't
were.
think so. You
Of
know,
course
I don't fit in those desks properly.
a grown man
I'm
wouldn't. And like I
skinny.
said, I was this
I've been
in
this
fifth
big
grade.
since like 6th grade. This is me in 6th grade.
Yeah, this is
like
me in
this.
5th grade. Like, I'm pretty. I'm a
Shaped
fat
like
guy,
a
but-
fucking boxing glove.
Jesus Christ.
Or a bowling pin, you know.
I'll take a bowling pin. Go ahead. I apologize.
Okay. No, that's fine.
So when you're in your you got a comedian group of friends that you hang out with, and you've got a civilian group of friends. Do you hang out with? Do you catch yourself whizzing them a little harder than you should?
A
They
little
look at you like, ooh,
A
you're
little
like,
bit.
sorry, wrong group. I gotta
I
change
think
guns.
I think some of them get a little annoyed with me too.
A lot of
Because
them.
I'll just be like, "Ah."
My civilian friends,
I'm
after
funny.
hanging out with you guys tonight, I gotta go hang with other people, and they're gonna be like, "You're a dick today."
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm primed up for these
I
assholes.
find myself apologize. I find
Oh yeah, me too.
my humor gets lost on a lot of people during the day, but that's cool because I learn what I need to learn.
You know, it's just like a nervous thing for me. I think. Like, I'm a very insecure person because I got stuck in a desk when I was in middle school. Let's just face it. You know.
Did that build character?
I want to know what.
Just sue IKEA.
I did.
Or the district?
You know what? It wasn't like I had to like anybody had to like take it apart. I got out of it, but there was a second where it was like, okay, this isn't coming off. This is what should be happening right
The
now.
more you panic, the more you get stuck.
Exactly,
You
it's like
start-
quicksand.
The quicksand of desks.
Luckily, you had a stick
Or
of
a
butter
fat
in your
kid.
pocket.
And I know
so you
this
could
happened
throw
to
it all
other fat
around
kids.
yourself.
Or they were smart and they didn't sit in those desks. Well, that was the only one that was available because I was busy smoking weed.
Was
Pretty
it one
sure.
of those kind of desks where if you fart in that plastic chair just a little bit, you could hear it like 7 classrooms over? I love those chairs they gave us at school.
As a fat guy, like, and you have to have pride for yourself, you can never fart in public because they just expect it out of you.
Yeah, they do. I fucking
So-
pass a lot of farts off on a lot of fat guys, bro.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. We get if it happens and we're in the same vicinity, we get blamed for it.
Yeah, I'm sure. If somebody smells like weed, it's my fault.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's not just me.
Fat guys get everything. You're a fat stoner.
I feel bad. My brother is fat, so I have a lot of experience on bagging on fat people. And he got fucking he was the kid who straight up started bullying people because he was
Because of you?
Yeah. Well, no, dude. He was able to beat the shit out of me.
Just getting
when I
all
was
sassy
4.
with him.
I was 4. He was 3. He was bigger than me. He came out the womb 5'11", 240.
He's a large man.
He is. Like when he was in 5th grade, he had probably as prevalent mustache as I do right now. And he was seen with mascara trying to darken it up so he could look fucking tougher on the football field.
Oh my god.
See, I
Like-
knew you got a trick from somebody.
Nice.
I've been
Nice.
thinking like pencils, or how did you do that?
Yeah, whatever. I'm not writing a manifesto.
I knew
or
it wasn't a
anything.
Sharpie.
So one thing I've learned today is when we've got two comedians coming, fuck trying to have a plan for a show.
No, it's going well. It's going well. We're doing good.
It's actually better when we just let these
We're
guys
oh
do
shit,
their
we're already
thing.
40 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I
it's
absolutely
awesome.
do not want to be considered a comedian though, because I know better than.
I don't consider myself.
I'm
I
not.
don't.
I'm
You
not
made
that
me.
funny.
You made me laugh. It took a lot of balls to do what you do. You controlled the stage and the microphone like it was where you were meant to be. From what I saw, dude, everybody at this table is a comedian. From what I saw,
Amateur
I
open mic
appreciate that.
comedian.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's really
It's still a
really
comedian of
aspiring.
some kind,
dude,
though.
the
Aspiring,
line,
absolutely.
the line in your guys' industry is thin.
Very
Very,
true.
very thin. You
Very
could be,
true.
and I'm just gonna throw you can't be Dave Chappelle tomorrow. That takes a lot of work. It takes years of sucking dicks in the industry. But you could just suck that proper dick, and it's all it takes is be seen by the right person. And dude, John Elway was at a lounge in Pueblo a couple of Sundays ago drinking beer.
Yeah.
You never know who's gonna be sitting here and hear you tell your favorite joke you've told a million times, and they're gonna go,
I'm
"That's
excited.
hilarious."
I'm excited for the moment that a working comedian is traveling through to Denver and has to stay in Pueblo and hits the open mic on Wednesday because it's there.
Well, that's got to be like a magical night.
And
All the
he'll
stars
see
have to be
you,
aligned for that
and he'll
one.
have his manager or whatever with him, and
Or
everybody will
even
be
a
seen.
tweet, fucking,
Mhm.
because he's got 10,000 followers
Yep.
or something
And
like
that's
that.
and there's here's a very real topic that's going on within our
You guys are
scene.
comedians, in my mind.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. I appreciate that. An outside opinion from you all. I've had this discussion with Jeff on several occasions, just because he's in a business and an industry that is very, I don't want to say competitive, but they definitely have they have their ladder that everyone's trying to climb up. The scene that is building right now within comedy, do you guys feel as new comedians that there seems to be a power struggle? Does there seem to be any type of influences, or does it seem to be a scene that's growing, or is it a scene that people are trying to get greedy with, or is it a scene that has the capability for a lot of great things? And right now, where we're at is really small, but the ability that we probably have in 4 years is huge. And you guys are on the ground floor. Do you see anything right now? Like, what are problems that y'all see? Let's be proactive here.
I honestly think that I'm too new at this to see any problems with
Yeah.
anything. Like, that's my honest
Yeah,
opinion
that's
to
no
that,
problem.
too. Like, I'm having a really good fucking time doing these open mics. Like, I don't care, like, ground floor or not, that doesn't make a difference to me right now. And,
I mean, you
like,
guys are in the ground floor of the comedy scene, like
I'm
the
just
open
glad
mic.
that it's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad I can do it because, I don't know if you guys know this, but I got stuck in a desk when I was in middle school, and
Callbacks.
You've really come a long way.
Is that the reason why you don't get blowjobs? Was there something there to that?
I was getting a blowjob at the time.
I don't
and
believe that.
That makes sense.
And-
Oh, it all comes
Did he treat
together.
you right? Oh, come on. No? There's a little late for
Those-
gay. Oh, gay only works on late, huh? Alright.
You're the guy that was balling up in tears about being called gay.
I didn't even cry about that. I did not cry about
I was a rage of emotions then, sir. Okay, I'm a
Your
little...
boyfriend had just left you.
Oh, dude, that was such a good
Butthole
cut,
was
you
all torn up.
cocksucker, Jeff. That was such a good hit, dude. You were fucking sitting your thumb in the asshole.
What the
on
fuck was the conversation going before?
Well, we were talking about the scene.
The scene.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Do you feel that what more can be done, what less can be done? Is there anything like...
I just hope people keep showing up, and everybody works with everybody fair.
I
and
agree
cool,
with that, yeah.
and just that, and I want to work with anybody as long as like
I agree.
there's time to do things.
I agree.
I know you guys feel the same way. You just want to fucking do open.
I just
mics.
want
You just
time.
want to do
It's
mics
so
and stuff.
fun.
Yeah.
We
Just
just
give
need
me
more.
time.
We just need more time.
Need more
I
comedians
don't-
in costumes.
I don't think I'm gonna get super rich doing this, so it's not about money. If it was about money, I'd probably have gone to college by now.
Yeah. I've had my opportunity. I've made money. Like, I had the 3-figure salary, basically. Like, that was cool. But the work you got to do and the person you got to be, at least in the field that I was in, was shitty. Dude, you're for myself anyway, I was a shitty person.
See, it was always a struggle. Like, I know it's gonna sound shitty, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's always been a struggle to go work a 9 to 5 job for me, like office job, call center job, whatever. I just couldn't fucking handle going to the same place day in and day out. Like, that just fucking gets to me, and it gets to me so bad that I start having anxiety about it, and I just leave. And like, I don't care if I'm poor, like if I have to be homeless or whatever. If that's gonna happen, I imagine it will at some point. I'm just gonna keep doing comedy. I'm gonna keep playing music, and I don't care as long as I'm doing that.
Yeah, that same sort of feeling is why I have to have my own thing.
Yeah.
I can't.
But I'm gonna work so fucking hard not to be homeless that I better work fucking hard at this. And
Right.
I do work hard at this, and I hope that like I get better.
Yeah.
And continue to get.
You
better.
are.
Yeah, earlier I said that if you suck the right dick, you could get far in this business like Dave Chappelle. And everyone was trying to imply that Dave Chappelle sucked a lot of dick to get this far. That dude works his ass off.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not even going to give anybody a chance to tweet me about that.
Sorry to get up on me on
That's
that
just
one.
where I was headed in my conversation. I want to fix that.
Hey,
Nice.
what's your Twitter handle?
I'm trying to think of yours. It's Paul Clint, I think.
It's Tall Clint.
See?
Tall
See?
Clint, that fucking douchebag. Follow him.
Do you guys find challenges when you write, i.e., if I want to, in that bullying thing, the phrase that was said by, can you look up what Richie Incognito said about?
That's a fucking name.
Yeah, dude, that's my second favorite NFL name.
Disguised dick.
What he said about Jonathan Martin.
Well, he called him. Did you see that phone call, or did you?
And that's what I'm saying. That I just want to get it straight. That way, when we read it, do we have the balls to read that on stage, on the mic, and then make a joke about it? So the word that's in there, and I don't want to reference it as the N-word because I feel like that's just replacing that word and that stereotype. But for sake of no one getting too offended, this is my point.
I'm going to find you exactly what he said.
Yes, please. And that's what we'll say. And then from there, I'd like to have a conversation on that about using words, because I know Jeff has an in-depth opinion on that has a very interesting point.
Words hurt and they make Wade cry about his boyfriend.
Dude, he'll cry up.
Let's do
He'll
this,
just- he'll
motherfuckers.
tear
Are
up.
we about ready to do this?
Dude, the shit that he said was fucking. I thought it was a joke. I was like, no.
I have
there's
no idea
way.
what you guys are talking about.
So he's about ready to read it
But I
up.
can't find a lot. It's all video, so I don't want to go play in a video because I don't know how much that we can play on here.
Gee, Jeff, what is your Twitter handle, real quick? So I
It's
can-
at iRegenetics.
Oh, there you go.
IRIEGENETICS at
There it
iRegenetics.
is.
There you go.
So I just
me
wanted
with
to
the
tag
show.
you in I wanted to tag you in my tweet,
Well, thank you for.
and then I knew how to
Stalking
get to. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna follow you now. Let's see here.
This computer's really not mine, so I'm
It's all
trying
good.
not to punch it right now. Because
It's all good.
It's really
Uh,
screen.
When you write, are there words that you edit in your writing?
No, absolutely not.
If I change them, it's only because I think like this will be funnier, or if I use these words. It's not because like, oh, I shouldn't say something like that.
Okay.
But
let me scratch.
But he wouldn't, in his own everyday use, say some of the keywords that we're going to get to that would offend people.
And that's what I said. Let me reword my question then. Do you find the topic of race hard to joke about, or do you even want to joke about race?
I think it's kind of like boring, because like there's some comedians that do it really well, but there's stereotypical Latin comedians, and I have a like Hispanic last name. I don't want anyone to think that I'm anything like the Latino kings of comedy or anything like that. Not that they're bad comedians.
Let me see your hands real quick. It don't look like you've held a fucking rake or done a hard day of work in your fucking life,
Oh,
man.
no,
You're
dude.
okay.
We discussed about
Yeah, your baby little
You're
paws.
stuck on the
I
desk.
got you.
I don't want to be
Frozen,
confused.
so
I
shout
don't
out
want
to the
anyone to like
company
announce
that
me as
made
like
this.
Latino comic.
Oh,
So
God.
in my
Paul Rosales.
They don't do
or
that
something
shit to
that.
like white people. Why would they do that to like how? That's I
But-
guess that.
But you know what I'm talking about. There's
No,
a
it
whole
just-
scene of that.
It does. It just. I think that it's because like there are some people that latch on to Latino and they're like, fuck yeah, he's one of us.
I don't have any jokes about being Latino. My dad is, but like he never raised us like that
is there so
with any sort of culture or anything.
would you
really.
be under the opinion that comedians are the social commentators of society?
Not me. I just got a whole bunch of shitty jokes.
So
I hope not.
I.e. Lenny Bruce.
I think filmmakers are more than comedians.
Lenny Bruce commentated on the Catholic Church and got thrown in jail for it. Richard Pryor, George Carlin, they commentate on what is going on in the world.
Right, and I talk about my dick and
But
shitting myself.
But if you were to actually like break down all the subtext of where you came from in Pueblo, Colorado, break down where your growth was and everything like that, they're going to say that basically we social commentate. And within that, when we have things that happen, when he uses the word half nigger is essentially a word that was used in the sentence.
And then he said, I will murder your whole effing family, you half nigger.
Wow.
I think murdering his whole family is worse than the racial slur.
Sorry, I said the nigger word on the
No, I did
so
too, but I mean, that's quote. That's direct quote, right?
Yeah,
direct
well,
quote.
it's edited into two parts here, but that's a combined quote. That is combined.
So
Taken out of
through
Lee's
that,
journal.
through that, yeah, right. It's happening right here. Through that, is it our responsibility to make jokes of this, to find some divide, because this is a painful situation that's on. This affects a lot of people.
Who said this to who?
So this is a white offensive lineman named Richie Cognito.
Big guy, Richie.
300
Big guy. Look at
I
this
wouldn't. I wouldn't make fun of this guy.
This
No,
dude right here
he's the
would
one
crush
saying
all
it.
three of us.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what's saying it.
But the guy he's picking on is the same size as him. Same size.
Well, he's an NFL guy. He should be able to handle himself.
But if it's not just it was the entire team that was picking it, not the entire offensive line at least was picking on this guy.
What does the other guy? What position does he play?
Left tackle, and Richie Incognito plays left guard. They play right next to each other.
You would think that there'd be some camaraderie there.
And what Jonathan Martin says, basically, the way that the NFL shows camaraderie is by picking on people. And Jonathan Martin, like you said, had the same avenue of trying to make friends with these people because he didn't know how to communicate. Like he didn't know how to say, I don't like getting picked on, so if I become your friend and try to be your friend, you're not going to pick on me anymore. But they just continue to pick on you because that's how bullies work.
Well, that's how guys work too. I let people
Agreed.
pick on me all day. I don't give a
Agreed.
shit.
But you decided to make the choice to fight back and be a bully yourself. You said it yourself.
You know what? It crosses.
You decided to use your tongue and fight back.
Right.
Jonathan Martin doesn't have those capabilities.
Here's
in
the
this NFL
difference
sense.
in this situation. Anybody can call me whatever they want. I've been called racial slurs before. It's fine. You threaten to kill my family? That's a little bit too far. Like,
And I agree with
that's
you.
what I'm more offended by than
the
anything
racial
else.
slur.
Yeah, the proper
I
racial
know a
slur,
lot
that's
of-
just a word, but threatening to kill his family, that's going a little
That's an
bit
action.
too far.
That's
Yeah, that's
not
an
a-
action
that's
that
an
could...
I know a lot of
result in
Americans
design.
more concerned about that word because Richie Incognito came out and said, I'm not a racist.
That's because
I
the
mean, that's
American
what
public
I
he-
got a little
are kinda
carried
like
away with that
children.
one word.
Is that what he
Basically
said?
what it says. I scrolled down from that quote, but that's basically what he said. He got carried away with that one word.
Got carried away with that one
But
word.
one word in that statement is not the whole thing that makes it wrong.
Agreed. Agreed. But
that
what
that
we're
word-
focusing on is that word. So if that's what we're focusing on, then should we not make light of a situation like that as comedians? Should we not take this opportunity? Because this is a painful situation for a lot of people in America, and this is already an awkward moment. Is it not our responsibility to at least...
Yeah, we can joke about him being a redneck psycho who hunts people on his off time.
So the joke that I had in mind was basically like if Jonathan Martin decided to walk off, because Jonathan Martin is half white, half black. Richie Incognito...
Well, yeah, we know that makes more sense
obviously.
now.
Yeah, obviously.
Now I get it.
Now-
That's wrong.
Now Paul's gonna be funny. No, I'm just kidding. If my joke on it is Jonathan Martin, since he's half white and half black, like I wonder how long the decision it took to like walk like off the team, because you know the white guy was probably like concerned about the money. Like the white guy side of Jonathan Martin was concerned about the money, but then the black guy side of Jonathan Martin was like, yo, fuck these motherfuckers. And it was like the white guy and the black guy arguing for about a good 7-8 months before the black guy finally won, was like, motherfucker, we're leaving this team. But it's all premise right now. Thanks for pitching in there.
I think
I'm
I
sorry.
think a lot of
I
those
just- I just think-
the guy's probably having a problem because I don't know how many years the guy that was getting picked on, Jonathan
Year and a half.
Martin,
Year and a half.
He'd only been playing in the NFL for a year and a half.
Correct.
So he probably was the biggest kid in his high school.
He went to Stanford and he wasn't the biggest kid.
Yeah, but there's a thing like when you're the biggest guy somewhere, you don't get picked on.
Mm-hmm.
So then he probably goes to Stanford and there's a code of ethics
New
and stuff like
environment
that
for him.
there. And everybody's kind of a transplant on there. You know, everybody comes to Stanford.
I see what you're saying. Transient.
And so so nobody's really, I mean, maybe the seniors are hazing the freshmen and stuff like that, but you kind of got a little bit of that in high school.
It could not even be in the culture at Stanford as well.
Yeah, it might not be because that's a pretty nice.
But it's obvious that it wasn't in Miami.
But then he comes to Miami and he's getting picked on, and he doesn't know how to deal with it. He has no concept of like, what are these guys doing? How is it that this is even happening? This has never happened in my life before.
So as men then, I guess, sitting at this table, can I get you, and I'll start with you and end with you. Do you feel that if you are getting picked on, it's your responsibility to bring it to someone's attention? Or is it your responsibility to take care of that shit yourself?
In me, and I'll relate this to the other day, what I told my kid. My kid, she's going to be 8 in December. She was getting chased around by a little boy and he pushed her down. I said, hey, next time that anybody's chasing you around, you just clock back and hit them. That is, and that's probably the wrong thing to be teaching a 7-year-old. You know, but I want my kids to not be like there's a lot of not rape, but just like inappropriate touching and things like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Females.
Yeah.
I am afraid that she will be touched inappropriately.
So it's more defense that you're doing this for, as opposed to
it's pre-active.
I'm very.
My dad told my sisters the same thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But this is, I'm talking about young men. I'm talking about.
I think this is way different because he threatened to kill his family. That's what I'm sorry. That's what I can't get off.
Let's remove that statement out of the way, and let's just talk
about. It's
a
completely different statement.
Well, we're talking about personal though.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, like
personally, if I'm getting bullied, I'm talking fist.
But if you have a son, what are you going to tell your son? Are you going to tell your son the same thing? Because your daughter is defense. Teaching your daughter is defense. If you got some dude grabbing on you, that's defense. But if it's your son and you got dudes just poking at him and picking on him. If you got a dude poking your son in the chest like that, you're not gonna tell him to swing at that moment, are you? But
absolutely.
Some dudes
absolutely. See? He would be the first because that's how I was raised.
Yeah,
that's how I was raised.
Is like
so throw.
I never did, but like that's what my dad told me. My dad never got me.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
If you can't talk shit back, yeah, do it. Like, do whatever you can.
Now,
like,
let me get his opinion.
You shouldn't have to take that shit.
My part on the football thing is that's a professional organization. That's our job. They are going there to work. They're paid a salary. They shouldn't have to deal with that kind of bullshit of somebody calling words like that. And that's maybe the words that he was called, maybe that's his one touchy thing. Maybe he doesn't know one of those parents that is one of those mixes of that chocolate mix he's got.
I got you.
And he doesn't know them, so that made him cry. Maybe that's stabbing at his. Maybe he's got a half black sister, half white sister that got murdered and put in a meat grinder. And every time you say those words, it makes him trigger that. You don't want to do that to a dude. He's going to work. That's his, and he's got to focus on football. They should be a team. They should be like, yo, half breed, let's go play football. Not, I'm going to kill your family. They should pep him up, make jokes about it that are funny and uplifting, not crushing.
I'm pretty sure I've done similar things with race to some friends and like said some pretty similar. I've never said like.
I do on a constant basis.
I'm sure I have said something that bad to some of my friends, and we know it's in a joking manner, but I've never like, hey, I'm gonna kill your family.
Well, once we stab one of our friends and you see him make that, no, dude, that joke's not good for me. You never do it again. You don't keep going, well, come here, half nigger, every single day. You don't want to just beat that until the guy cries. But then on the defending yourself part, dude, if you're going to touch me, that means you're in range to damage me and hurt me and cause bodily harm and threaten my safety, which means I need to defend myself before that happens. If you reach out to touch me, to push me, to shove me, you've already threatened my Hadouken bubble, and I need to sonic boom your ass right back into check.
Yoga flame.
Hadouken.
To bring this, I guess, into a comedy aspect, do you feel that there are words that shouldn't be said?
I think that's up to the person.
Do you?
Yeah, me personally, yes.
What words in the society shouldn't be said?
The obvious ones. Like, I'm not gonna
go
into that.
I got you. Go ahead.
I don't want to Kramer myself, you know?
No, I
said it like
understand
8 times, and if somebody cut and paste this podcast, dude,
right. It's gonna
honestly, in a perfect world, no. but it's not a perfect world. And there's really sensitive people who like no matter what, it's not funny as a joke.
But is
and then
that
you just ruin your whole shot.
Is
like,
that the answer then? Removing words?
Well, let me just say, like, me saying a word because fuck censorship and like not being able to do comedy again, it's not worth it. I want to continue to do comedy, and like I'll have to,
I understand what you're saying.
do what I have to do to continue to do that.
How do you feel?
I do not use the N-word.
Are there any words besides that?
I don't like spick and wop and kike and shit like that. That's not words that I use. I just can't use those. Like the N-word there's one word, but if I say the K word, you're like, I don't know exactly which one that is. So I apologize to anyone listening that had me say those.
And how do you feel about
it? There's a funny line because Dave Chappelle can say words I can't say, and so who do we pick and choose who gets to say what? How do you get your rights to who gets to say what? And
So for me,
where are you from?
For me, it's
like if you call me Dirty Rasta, that's funny, haha. But if some dude on the streets all take a shower, you Dirty Rasta, like that's fucking rude. Suck a dick.
It is rude.
So it just kind of depends on where you are with it, like.
I try not to be rude.
We had the conversation of context versus content, essentially.
Pretty much.
If people should be intelligent enough to understand my context, and if I use a word in a hateful way, then you know that context and that content was meant for hate. But if I'm on the comedy stage and I'm on the microphone, then you must know that my context is for humor. And if you know that my context is for humor, then why should I not be allowed to say every word?
Real answer? Because people are pussies.
Is that what you think?
Really, you could. You could say that stuff.
Well, Louis C.K. says every word in the dictionary. Like he says, he busts all of them out. George Carlin said every single word.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor, I mean, like comedians.
I think if you find it to do it in a way like they did, a tasteful way, content over
context.
Yes, exactly. Look at what you were saying. Content over context.
And we tried to really tried hard to bait you into saying some racist words. We can't do it. Do you use the C word?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. Okay.
All the time. But I don't respect women, so there's that.
Well, being such a
So there's that.
ambiguously gay duo, we can see that.
That was a joke. I respect women. I'm afraid of them, so I respect them.
Yes.
I use it so often, it's ridiculous.
But like overseas, cunt can be used to describe a man, and it's a very
I love the way Bill
Oh,
Burr.
yeah, I don't use
Bill
it
Burr
just
uses
as
cunt
women.
great.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy? The other freaking his.
Bill Burr fucking
The other
says
ginger.
cunt a lot. A lot. What are you saying over there?
These cunts over
Don't worry
here.
about it.
Are you
These
two
cunts are talking shit
fucking
about us.
giggles
He's
over
getting-
here?
He's getting jealous. He
I
wants
guess
you.
so. Jesus fucking Christ. It's alright, baby. Later on. You got
Man,
a
these
big
guys are
car.
playing footsie.
I ain't doing shit.
Yeah,
Man.
great podcasting.
I ain't doing shit.
Well, now let's talk about what's going on. We've got a loafer rubbing up against a Nike. No, I can't see their feet, but you can see what's on their faces.
These are DCs.
Guess who's wearing the loafer?
Do you ever plan on, are there any subjects that are taboo to you as a comic?
Mostly, I don't even deal with popular culture or anything like that. I've already kind of made the decision that I'm not gonna do stuff that is in the headlines today we saw this. I'm gonna leave that shit to Jay Leno. And
Well, and that's a line of, not necessarily topical humor, because, that basically is what ruined Dennis Miller, they say. Dennis Miller's career, because he did topical.
He was all political.
Yeah, that's true.
Changed his whole. He backpedaled on me one day.
yeah.
Continue, please.
I guess so. So in this context, I would not be bagging on Richie on Incognito. Because I'd have to research what happened and things like that, and actually having to do work for comedy seems like the wrong thing for me. I've already got enough stupid shit in my head. I'm doing okay. I got a lot of jokes that I want to try out and stuff, and most of that shit I just can't find the humor in it real easily. It's easy for me to say oh, I picked up a hooker, because that's everybody's just oh wow, this guy picks up hookers. That's funny, but it's more just I'm not gonna like say, oh, I picked up Darlene the other day and we had a good time. It's more so of this abstract idea of I'm doing this stuff.
Do you have any subjects that are off top to you?
I'm sure just like I just won't write about certain things because I just won't think about that kind of stuff.
Of course.
My jokes just come from like being. It's very like environmental. I have to be out. If I'm just stuck in my house, like I can't write jokes because there's nothing to write off of. Like any inspiration from just ridiculous shit that happens to me. And I'm a ridiculous person, so I put myself in these situations where ridiculous things happen, and I can say these funny things, or I just think of something stupid and think it's funny and try to work it from there. I never think of like super racist shit to say. Like I said, I kind of wanted to stray away from race humor.
Well, not only race, but like, do you bag on girls much?
I don't think so.
I never wear a bag.
Yeah. That's true.
This fucking
It's a problem.
This fucking guy.
Rendered me speechless.
I don't think so.
Homosexuality.
I have a few things. I think one joke about homosexuality.
Yeah.
And it's about being in a because this kind of happened. Being in a alternative lifestyle friendly bar on karaoke night is kind of like being in an episode of Gay Shark Week. I walked into a bar and there was it's a known bar to have like a lot of mixed crowd and there's a lot of transgender people, homosexuals, whatever that hang out there. I don't know what they call themselves anymore.
You better be careful.
They're just regular people.
Piss them all off.
Yeah,
Let me tell you. I'll bring that up. They're just regular people now.
LGBTQA or something.
They got their rights to marry here, and now it's just as boring as regular people. We played the Pride Fest, and it wasn't as cool as I thought it was. It was just a bunch of families.
I was there.
A bunch of families.
I was there. I was
a bunch of families. Like, where was the dudes and like the fucking assless chaps? With the fucking cod pieces. That's what I wanted to take pictures with those guys.
I was there.
I must have missed you. The funniest thing I saw was like, and I don't mean to like be like, oh, all homosexuals are funny, but because straight people act like stupid shit. But if I see something like this, where this guy was walking down this like the grass area in the park. In like this
You're really
weird,
painting a picture.
In this weird
grass area.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
How about we get there a little quicker?
All right,
people are involved.
This guy.
Weird weed.
You haven't even done a dab yet.
I'm not doing a dab.
Why not?
Because you got hired from my weed. That dad's gonna make him take a nap on my couch.
So apparently Paul brought his vagina to the table.
Anyway,
like I was gonna smoke.
Back to the story. The craziest thing I saw at Pride Fest
Bob
this
Ross
year
picture.
is this kid walking down the fucking way, and he's wearing like rave gear, like black spandex and like purple skirt and like a half mesh shirt, and he's chewing bubblegum and talking on his cell phone really like sassy, and while he's doing it he's hula hooping.
Nice.
And I respect that, and he's just walking so casually hula hooping, and I'm like, yeah, that's great that you can do that here.
That's almost just like you're
Were you sad because you got stuck in a hula hoop?
I didn't get stuck in a hula hoop. I never tried that.
I didn't know Billy Cox was still around.
Obviously.
And he was a young kid, and I just...
A fear of an open desk would fucking not want me getting stuck in an open desk, wouldn't want me in...
But like the rest were just a bunch of families, and that's cool that like, I guess it's super embraced now, and it's just like everything else. It just seemed like some kind of weird fair. Didn't really seem like a pride.
I was really amazed to see a church there.
Yeah.
Like there was a church little thing, I was like, what is that?
There was religious stuff, there was like information booths on stuff. Ring tosses. This guy was an assless chaps.
Ring toss? Just me laying on my back?
That's what you would think. You think you'd go up to a ring toss and it'd be something gay, and it's just a fucking ring toss.
Was it like a big old dildo to throw donuts on or something?
There were little kids
It's too big for the ring. Like, I can't get it on there.
What do you think is going to be Mardi Gras in Mineral Palace, you fucking asshole?
Maybe we need a Mardi Gras.
I was hoping, and I'm not from here, but somebody told me that was the park where dudes get blowjobs.
That's what I used to hear too when I moved here.
And I thought there was just going to be dudes blowing dudes.
I didn't know
just
that.
Like, at the park, just like
at all.
I mean, I saw Wade there, and I know he cries about lovers and
Am
stuff.
I the only one that's born and raised?
So listen here,
I am.
you goddamn
So,
horrible excuse for a goddamn transvestite.
how we doing on time, bro?
We're fine. We are at hour 8.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're good. Does anyone need to take a break or anything like that? Take a piss?
There's a restroom right on the other side of this wall for
I'm gonna fill up on some water after. Yeah, first.
Yeah.
Because that looks kind of healthy.
So since I'm gonna ramble while Wade's stepping away.
ahead.
Since Wade was talking shit about Paul doing a dab, I gave him. That's a man-sized dab. That's actually
good size.
That's bigger than normally what I would average take. This is it's probably, would you say, the size of a normal BB?
Even smaller, yeah.
A little touch smaller than a BB.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna cough. He's gonna choke. He'll turn purple. He's stretching over there. Look at him doing gay yoga. Oh, he's just checking out your ass. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You're just smelling your butt.
It could be, look at the size of that paw.
So
Fucking.
Clint goes to give Wade a high five, and Wade suddenly looks like he's got child hands.
Like, literally, it looked like I was a midget when he put that good.
It's not even that big.
No, it's not that much of a difference. Just the mass.
There we
the
go.
length and such
It's
as.
the same shit.
We're-
I think Wade's hand might be a little bigger.
I'm bigger here, but we're even here. But
Yeah.
he's got I'm bigger on the thumb. That's just because I'm all man.
Seems like he's got muscle in his though. He's got computer hands.
They really just touch dicks.
I got little skinny
Wasn't
priest hands, is what I got.
Priest
Those
hands.
creepy little
Jeez.
priest hands that get into all
Don't
those
ever
little
say
cracks.
priest hands again. Dude, if you want to get somewhere in life,
That's the first laugh I got
you
was
can
a
say
goddamn
the
child
N-word, you can say the
molestation
C
joke.
word, but if you say
That's what I had to
priest
get
hands,
out
Well,
of
you
your
write with
fucking
what you know, Wade.
Oh, is that what it? Dude, I was always amazed. I was raised in a Christian non-denominational church, which essentially for me was sex education.
I was raised by secular demonists.
I was raised by wolves.
Take a second. Are you being serious?
I'm being serious. There was no religion allowed in my house. Like, they had some religious things in the house, but my dad always played it off like, oh, well, that's because of this person who died and it's out of memory. It's good for them. And then I like the art on this, but they weren't, like, he always said religion was something that we're too young to understand right now, and no one's going to force you into doing it. And to be honest, it's kind of fucking stupid, and you should read an encyclopedia instead.
Wow.
That's how I treat my kids.
That's how my dad was, and so I didn't have to go to church or anything except when the family would make us, and we would get there early and then leave early. And my dad was not having that shit.
So you actually did go to church?
Like maybe once every 3-4 years.
Wow. Seeing my family was about the same, but we had religious parts of our family, just like you're saying, where, we had like the Last Supper, the painting up, but it was just because it was cool. Like, that's a good piece of art.
It's alright,
That's good art, yeah.
I fucking made up for both of you. I went 3 times a week until I turned 18.
Ugh.
Jesus. Jesus.
Is that overactive
But
sex drive?
what it taught me was
That explains
I almost
it.
got.
You
I
just
almost,
couldn't get enough of them priests.
That's my fault. Right? Joke.
Priest hands.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that move was. I'd like to
I
decide
got
for
so much
podcast.
ass. Girl ass. Assholes. In church. I almost got kicked out of church because I had sex with a youth minister's niece in the church van at a youth rally. But
They write
unaware
country songs about
that her little cousin was sitting up front in the front of the van. We didn't know she was up there.
What was she doing?
She was very young. She was sleeping.
Yeah.
And then she woke up after everything was over because people were coming back from the function that we were at. And got a lot of trouble for that one right there. A lot of trouble.
That's awesome.
Church camp. Every night was a different girl. When I became a church counselor, I fucking took the fucking... Showed the boys in my cabin.
Hey, boys.
How to get to
This
the
is
girls'
where the
camp.
action
As your lawyer, I highly advise you to turn off this microphone for a couple minutes. Finish the story for us, and we'll bring these guys back in shortly.
Hypothetically.
I don't have a law degree, but I'm not retarded like you.
Hey, boys. This is my lodge. This is a no-shirt lodge.
My cabin was 17, 18.
Bad.
And we'd all go running over to the girls' hill, and I would just be like, y'all got 12 minutes to talk to those girls inside there. Because I was probably trying to fuck the camp counselor. Then
Nice.
12 minutes was plenty for you, right?
No, man, I
6 runs.
I handled my business without kids around. You know what I'm saying? I had
All
more
by
than
yourself
enough
like
time.
usual.
But it was, dude. I knew what it was. That's all I learned in fucking church was how to get with girls, bro. My first kiss, I was 4'11". The chick I made out with was 6 foot. I had to stand on a fucking tree stump to kiss her. It was awesome.
I had to put on a wig.
This fucking guy.
6 foot.
This fucking guy.
No, that's see, and I never went to church, and I won't. Like my kids, even like I'll just tell them, don't even say bless you to me. Like it's not something I need in my house.
That's exactly how I was raised.
See, so I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. I'm like, hey, do your research and stuff. If you want to read the Bible, you go right ahead. I just don't need you being like just so what's called hypnotized, I guess, by
Brainwashed.
Brainwashed is a great way to describe it. Like as I feel like religious people are brainwashed into thinking that there is an invisible man who is watching everything they do, and that there is a invisible demon who's just trying to piss off the invisible man. Religious jokes don't work very well in Pueblo either. I've found.
No, because nobody goes to church.
No. I think that everybody wants to be a little religious, and so they're afraid to laugh at those jokes.
Grandma said I gotta be good to Jesus. Eh?
That's what I think.
In Colorado
Doesn't hurt.
Springs,
Maybe my jokes just aren't funny.
Well, I'm not gonna go there.
in Springs, it's hard.
You could play Jesus.
Man, Jesus.
No, you can't. Are you kidding me? He's too fat, dude. Jesus had killer abs.
He did have killer
You did
abs.
have good abs.
You got naked the other night, bro. Where were you?
Do you see one set of definition in that fucking?
That's why that bit works.
That's a cock rolled up.
That's a cock rolled up.
Rolled up like a
That's why that bit works, though. Is
Yeah.
because I'm not the kind of guy that you would expect. Like,
Yeah,
he's
that's
probably
what-
going to show off his bod today.
Yeah, whatever. I understand that. Yeah.
That's why I can do that.
Yeah, I fucking, I don't think I could do it that long, man. I couldn't do. It would take a bit for me to get full nude like that and just keep going. Because you were there when I did
the red underwear show.
Yeah, but that was 15 seconds in a punchline.
So you've got naked on stage. What's next?
Yeah, that is like a thing that I thought of. I was like, all right, so I've already got to here. Am I already like? Am I on the right track? It is a valid concern. I feel like it's a valid concern because I am afraid like what is next, or do I continue to do that bit for new audiences, or because now that everybody's kind of seen it in Pueblo, you know, for the people that showed up, like it's kind of done. Like I don't like hearing jokes 2 or 3 times. That's just my philosophy on it.
I don't like telling jokes more than 2 or 3 times after
Yeah,
that.
but I felt like that was a new audience on Friday, so it
There's
was
definitely
okay.
a lot of new people.
Yeah, so it was okay to do the same jokes.
Well, just at the open mics.
The open mics,
I
we
don't
should
like-
be. I feel like we should be trying to do new stuff,
Exactly.
or trying to like
Better
change up
stuff.
something. So like maybe the punchline is just a little different, or my wording up to the punchline. The punchline's exactly the same, but the wording up to it is a lot different, or just a little bit different. You know, I'm really trying to like figure out where I'm at. I'm not that good, so
No. I'm not that good either.
so I want to.
We're just starting out.
Yeah, and that's the thing, but that's why I don't have much of a an idea of what's next.
Exactly. I just want to keep doing it because it's fun as fuck.
It is fun.
It is fun to come see. It is fun. It's fun to, I don't want to say I contribute too much, but I kind of help out a little bit. And it's a funny-ass feeling to be sitting in a crowd and hear one of your lines that you just splurted out because you were taking a dab and
3
it was
hours
funny.
earlier.
3 hours earlier on the couch smoking out with your bro. And
the
then
2 bits that I opened up with bounced off of this cat over here.
just
Made
that
all the
afternoon.
difference. Yeah, it made all 3 hours earlier, and it made all the difference in the world, man.
There's one line in there that I blurted out, and I heard him say that direct line, and the crowd made 3 different
Nice.
And yeah, just to feel that like, that was cool. So I almost got what
I
you
helped a
liked.
little bit.
Yeah,
on that
I
one.
absolutely.
Yeah, just one
I
little
absolutely love
punch.
incorporating
It
conversation.
made it feel like, oh,
I do that.
okay.
I think I do that a lot. Like I'll just go into something stupid, like, hey, that was funny, and then write it down and then figure it out. And
So what's
factor it in.
next for you, man? You kind of chimed in with you just want to keep having fun, but do you have any goals? You want to get anywhere with this? How far do you guys want to go? Is there a?
I want
guess
to be
that's
able
the
to
next
do this
part.
every single day of my life, and if I can do that, I'll be happy.
But you also said you don't want to tell the same joke more than 3 or 4 times.
Well, I'm gonna
If
keep
you're
writing.
in Boston and Chicago and wherever you travel between there every night, are you going to have a new set for every night, or are you going
I
to
think
try
I'm just
to?
gonna wait and see what happens when I get
Okay,
there.
I like
maybe
that. I like that.
So
I'm not there yet. I'm in Pueblo, where I definitely
So
don't
you got
want
plenty of
things.
time to hone it.
I don't want things to get stale here for
Yeah.
the people who keep
Okay.
coming back, because I want people who come to keep coming back, because it's cool that they're making a scene out of this, and
You
like,
guys
we
are
start
helping,
we start recognizing faces and stuff, like, oh, this guy's been here like 3 times, and
Yeah.
this person's been here since we've been doing this.
You know what's really awesome is that there's people that go there that are scouting, that are trying to see if they're going to get the fucking guts to get up on the mic.
Yeah, like Previn.
Uh,
Previn's he came to. I think he's almost come to all of them.
So I was friends with Previn on Facebook, and I was just, I found out I'm a troll, apparently.
You're
and
trolling him.
Yeah,
So polite
well, I
way
was
of
just
calling
trolling.
yourself a stalker.
Yeah, well, basically.
Creepy fuck.
And I was just going through, and I saw a real funny fucking quote. And I liked it, and I messaged him. I was like, that's some funny fucking shit. With that alone, you probably got like a minute and a half if you wanted to. I was like, you should come to the open mic. We should check it out, see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the open mic that you won, got some confidence, came to the next one, and then the one after that was his first, and he crushed it, man. There's another guy, if you get on the fucking mic, Dan Rainey, you're going to crush it, bro. Dan Rainey is the guy that sits at the front of every open mic that we've done. White guy, looks like he's in the military, sits with another white guy right behind him all the time.
yeah.
That guy's name is Dan Rainey. He has some funny fucking
The guy
jokes.
looks like Dolph Lundgren.
Yes. He has some funny jokes, and he is
Come on, Dolph Lundgren, do comedy with
serious.
us.
You
He's-
and
Previn.
beautiful eyes.
well, Previn's killed it, bro. Previn is crushed every time.
Yeah,
he's
see,
got on the
I've
mic.
known Previn forever. We became friends like back in 2006, 2005,
Nice.
from working at Converges together.
Nice.
You know, we would
man.
we'd always goof off and act like maniacs there. And that
Yeah.
dude was always fucking hysterical.
He's crushing it. Well, all you guys, he's man. He's got so much goddamn energy. It's so
Yeah, that
crazy
dude's all over the
to
place.
see. When he focuses everything up, he's gonna be nasty.
Well, I want to be the guy that's just everybody says, "God damn!" Like I couldn't do that. That's what I want. I just want people to be like, "I couldn't do that," or "Man, he's got balls," because that's really like. I guess it's more of me showcasing like how alpha I am. You know how I see myself
Of course.
when I think of myself. I'm always thinking of myself as like, yeah, you're this big guy that could win most of the fights if anybody like when it's dumb, but like when I'm thinking about like if I got in a fight at work, how many guys could I beat up? Like I could get him. I know I could get him. He'd be
I
trouble.
think it's
though.
instinctual.
I don't know. I think it's just me being an asshole and just like, oh, I could beat up all these guys.
Do you think it's natural though to apply that to the setting that we're in the comedy scene? Then
For me, it is because that's how I am. Is I want to
I agree.
be. I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that other people are just.
I don't want
Holy
to.
shit.
I hate saying they, but they say that that's very. I mean, that's what we as comedians are naturally. This competitive entity because we're all ego fucking.
Well, as the
idiots.
consumer, that's awesome. Thank you. Keep battling.
No shit,
You get better. You get better, so
I
he
think-
gets better,
yeah, I
and you
think
get
that
better, and
makes
you
you
get
better,
better, and
absolutely.
then you'll get
But
sharper.
like if we
I'll laugh a lot more.
Fuck yeah.
I'll come to more
Fuck
shows.
if it's
I'll bring
funny,
more
I'm going to
people.
support it, but I'm
yes.
definitely going to
Yeah.
try to be better and try to be funnier than other people.
I think competition is healthy.
Yeah, And it's the first thing I've ever felt like competitive about.
Really?
Yeah,
And
it's the only thing I've ever been good at.
Shown some
apparently.
character of some people in this town. Being a
Agreed.
little competitive is brought out, and not in just this town,
Agreed.
in comedy in general from the small glimpse of the world that I know from
I'm
listening
still
to
really
such.
worried about the 2-minute standoff thing because I mean,
About people getting sad.
yeah. Well, eventually people might start hitting people at their sets and shit like that, and making like the whole 2 minutes like improv, just cutting on someone's
As
set.
long as you don't interrupt me while I'm doing mine,
Agreed.
and you do yours, that's cool. And
Agreed.
if it's funny, I'll laugh at it. If it's not funny, I
Agreed.
won't laugh at it. But I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to
Yeah.
be like, you're a dick because you called me fat. And you made fun of me
I
getting
also
stuck
don't want
in a
people-
chair.
Isn't a fat joke like the cheapest shot not even the cheapest, just the weakest shot I could take at you? It's like, and it's
I think if
obvious,
you do
but
it, I
it's
think if
like
you do it
obvious.
really well, I think it's okay. I think it's
Okay.
funny.
But I should go for something else.
Because
like
people
how
can
you
make kind of-
smell, or that funny look on your face. It should be original, not just go with the obvious bit. I'm just stabbing it.
Oh, it's just like I got a missing front tooth.
Yeah, well,
Like,
yeah.
If somebody dogs on me for it, I'm just like, yeah, I know.
Come original.
Like,
Let's
really?
hear something new.
Yes,
5
I
years
know.
of that joke.
Like, oh man, I think Doug said something that was really funny. He wasn't trying to like bag on me, but he said, "How do you have all this hair on your face and your chest and belly, and your back is just completely clear hair? Like, I don't get it." And I thought that was the funniest shit because he
Yeah.
wasn't trying to like dog on me. He was just like, "This is funny. Let me say this."
Yeah.
Legitimately concerned, I think.
Like
That swallows a lot of
girl,
pot.
though.
I'm nervous.
From behind, I got the long hair. He might get confused. Oh man, I didn't think about that.
Doug hit me on a fucking Volvo joke right after that, bro. That was fucking hilarious.
See, that's great. If it's fucking funny,
It
that's
was
great.
so funny. It was so goddamn funny, man. He was. I don't even want to say it, man, because it was that goddamn
Save
funny.
it.
Well, it's his joke. You know, I don't want to ruin it for fucking anybody else if he ever wants to fucking say it again. But he hit me good.
When is this 2-minute stand-up thing that you're doing? You
well, we have-
with your date.
We have a 2-minute standoff. Shit, and she loses. Fuck.
Yes, we know.
Yeah,
she was
anybody
gonna
that goes
ruin
home with
this
you already
situation.
lost.
Normally, it's like a fucking.
She said yes.
It's like
Lose.
a once upon a time in the West, like 3-way standoff between my brain, my dick, and her pussy, dude. Because I gotta like convince myself not to like, I gotta be a gentleman and talk to you for 17 minutes before I can attempt to hit on you.
Your brain's telling you you don't want to do this.
Well, my
It's going.
dick- what-
Oh, I want to do
Well, my
this.
dick's pointing the gun at my brain like, yo, 375 pounds is cool with me. And my brain is, and my brain is like, what the fuck, dude? Come on, man. We're a little bit more valuable than 375. And that fucking wildebeest looking me in the eyes like, hey, we should do this.
Yeah.
So, I got, but then she's looking at my dick like, I don't know, because you look like you're kind of dirty. And I'm like, I'm kind of dirty.
You don't even drink that much.
I don't know.
You should drink more.
No.
He
No.
needs,
for it.
he needs a clear-minded date
He
rape
just
these
needs
girls.
I don't date rape any girl. Are you fucking
Yes,
kidding
you
me?
do. Look at that
What?
mustache.
Shit.
You date rape girls.
Not one bit. This is, you look like a goddamn fat Mexican Jason Biggs.
Oh, you're
That's
just
who
gonna
you look
change the
like.
subject and try to go another route
Okay.
now. Let's hear this. How Wade just wants to steer away from this.
I
Wade, what are you
can't
doing
grow
next?
facial hair besides this or the little. I got real tired of the soul.
Weren't you on
patch.
Friends?
I'm posting up for that one, man.
Sorry, no, I'm too busy
job.
laughing
No,
at my
no,
own
no,
joke to
it's
see your
okay.
high five coming my way. There's a big comedic high five in the room. Dude, you should see Wade's
This
face.
motherfucker
You should see Wade's
over
face.
here.
His neck is
No,
red.
all right. Let's not act like that was an original fucking thing, you motherfucker.
No, I've got a picture on
oh,
my phone.
he's got a great picture.
Well, I'm sure you've been
I
called
should
David
tweet
Schwimmer before, calling me Jason Biggs.
God damn it! I've been
How
called
dare
David
you.
Schwimmer so
I should,
many fucking times. It's not even funny.
I should
dude.
post this up on
Yeah, go ahead.
Twitter somehow.
Yeah,
I'll put it up there later. I'm not going to distract myself. This
Oh,
computer ruined
It does,
my
it does
day.
bum me out that Ross just talked shit about me. That hurts.
The way you rubbed your mustache one
I'm
time, dude,
so
was just completely
goddamn-
Ross-like.
I'm just saying, you
Dude,
seem a lot
the
cooler on
timing
TV.
on that friends line, that's
all.
twice for hitting me like a champ, dude.
There's a
God
reason why you
damn.
keep me here once in a
Oh,
while.
dude, you're fucking taking the full opportunity of the fucking softballs that are just getting fucking, you're doing great.
I like how you still have a clear mind after all that dab.
Yeah.
Like I don't
I
know
smoke a
anything about,
little bit.
I don't know anything about dabbing, but from what I know, it's gonna fuck people
How
up.
much marijuana do you think's just in his hair?
Do you want to know?
That's
like
that's
me?
what he's doing. It's just hemp.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, seriously, like if you were to take like just clip 3 inches off, you could probably smoke it and be fucked.
Me and Ben Verbeck were talking, and we wondered if we could smoke one of your dreadlocks, if we would get high or not.
When I die, you're welcome to try one. I don't
Yeah.
guarantee or recommend anything that's going to happen, but you're welcome.
It's gonna be purple and sticky by then.
They're purple and sticky now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Oh, good stuff.
He's just smoking so much he's part marijuana now.
We are
Gotcha.
exactly opposite ends of the spectrum because I can't. Marijuana doesn't do like what it does for you to me. It's not something that I can do.
A lot of people tell me that I'm a machine or something. I'm a beast. I'm part Wolverine or something as much as I can smoke.
He's a Terminator. So
See, and I'm just something like I haven't smoked weed in 9-10 years now, and it's not for me. I've also got a job where if I was smoking, that I would be fired, and I need my job.
Yeah.
Understandable there.
So
I can't drink alcohol. I
I
haven't
can't
had
either.
booze. Yeah, okay. I haven't had booze in years, and I took one shot of sake at sushi one night because our sushi special came with sake.
Mm-hmm.
I was jacked from one shot, and I was like, "Here, give this away."
Oh.
My dad looked at me like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "I'm goofy. Like, I want to be here."
It's a different, like that was always my thing. Is like I could drink beer back. I've been sober for 7 years, but when I was drinking, it was every night, and it was just beer, just too much of it. Just hanging out at Phil's Radiator with guys that I would at the time consider my friends and everything because that's who I was hanging out with.
Yeah.
But I just cannot. I had to just stop because I can't have one beer.
I worked in the bar scene for a long time. So I got basically desensitized to wanting to drink, I guess, after so long.
Is that from seeing people, like the depravity of other people?
To an extent, but I mean, like, when you're in charge of a lot of people, you got one of two options. You can either, like, yo, I'm sorry, you look like an Asian dragon mask in a fucking dumbass parade with your eyes like that, man. Take another fucking hit, Paul. Jesus fucking Christ, your fat face should have little painting decorations on it on your cheeks, and we should have fire coming out of that little curly hair of yours.
Why do you
bro.
want to pick on him so
I
badly?
just looked up and he looked like a
Bullying him.
Chinaman.
Okay,
in a
wait.
fucking-
Are you calling me a kabuki man?
Yes.
Is that
I think
long-winded nonsense? You're calling me a kabuki
Well,
man?
I'm sorry I don't have the
I was thinking
intelligence
geisha.
speak, sir. Well, that's fine.
That's kind of what I...
A
no,
geisha,
okay.
that's
Just
fine, because you're kind of pale right now. Have you
I'm
done a
always
dab yet?
pale.
I've noticed that. When I edit your pictures, I was like, I thought you're Mexican.
He's the olive Hispanic, like the lighter kind.
Not.
I'm darker than he is, man. I'm fucking Arab.
That's okay.
The original people.
What do you want him to do?
Goddamn right.
It's not his fault. Get some genetics.
I'm half white.
Oh, that was your
I just
joke.
quoted you.
just
You-
had
No,
it.
that was my joke.
What
Was it
happened?
yours?
Yeah, because
I
I
knew
said,
I heard that the other night.
I'm from Pueblo. I've been born and raised, so I'm at least half Mexican.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
his
right.
joke.
No,
Yeah,
that
that's
is his
his joke.
And I
Nice.
said, but I'll never be full Mexican because I can grow a beard.
Huh.
I can grow a beard too.
You'll never be
Because-
full Mexican.
You're not full
No,
Mexican.
my mom's a...
You got an Irishman in there
She's a
somewhere.
Jew.
Oh,
Mom's
really?
probably got a
I
thicker
knew
beard
there
than
was a
Clint.
reason I didn't like you.
Yeah, Arab. And
Well, in my line of work, it's not my fault. Get some genetics. That's kind of another good joke.
And that's what
funny.
somebody goes.
You
That's
will.
such a terrible joke. Like somebody yelled that out, and I go, "Shit, it's not my fault. It's
yeah,
genetics."
Eastern European Jew.
I don't know who said it. I
Oh.
have my
She
back
didn't come to
them
the
and
United
stuff,
States
'cause I don't-
until she was
Because you
like...
turn your back to the crowd a lot.
I do actually, because I really.
I'm only racial against
Are we doing
New
two
York
podcasts
elderly
now?
Jews.
That's fine.
What happened?
Yeah.
You know, there's so
Found out
many...
he was half Jewish, and I got real bitter.
Are we getting charged for his visit now?
Are you good with money?
I'm terrible with money.
He's Hispanic.
So that's the
also.
Mexican
Yeah,
side.
exactly.
So he's just okay with money. It's in the middle somewhere.
He stole a whole bunch and he's good with it now.
You know, I'm all right. I'm all right with it.
He sold
He stole
the
a
bike
whole
he stole.
bunch.
The got a good price for it.
And you say you don't like the race stuff.
And you say you don't like the race
You're
stuff.
right, I don't.
How come you don't attack that on your own self, like the half Jewish? Half
I do
Mexican?
have a thing about that I'm
My
gonna
apologies.
try.
Oh,
out.
you do? Yeah.
Lots of tamales.
I've only got one new bit that's a killer. Oh, it's a good one. You know it. We've discussed. He actually came up with the premise for this good joke that I got, and I think I've really turned it out.
This is my first race joke where I even mention it.
Well, don't bring it up.
Well, I'm not going to talk about it, but
Okay.
I did mention earlier I don't do race stuff. Like, but this is like my first one. I don't think I'm going to continue. I'm not going to have like a whole Jew bit about my Jewish grandmother.
I wish I had
one guy
the,
did.
the balls to attack Jewish. But
Do it.
I don't.
Attack me.
No, but I don't have the intelligence. I
Yeah,
feel
come on,
to
Hitler.
attack it. The
Watch Schindler's List and then come at me.
Oh, I've watched Schindler's List.
Watch it again.
My experience is waiting tables and getting fucking stiffed all the time by old Jewish people, and not only getting stiffed, but them complaining so much that they get the bill taken down too, on some outlandish shit. Because there was 5 pieces of a dessert that cost $9. They only ate 2.5, so they feel they should only pay 4.
You see, I get that. I see the deal here. I get it.
And when that happens to you multiple occasions, it's hard for me not to just look at the beginning of a conversation as soon as they sit down, and when I hear a Hoya, I'm just kind of like, check please, I already know how this is going to fucking end. There's 45 minutes of my life gone. I feel like that's a racial...
I
that's
was
being-
just going to ask if you just turned the N word into the J word.
Essentially.
Okay.
Like if you turn it into a bit and make it funny, like we were talking about the whole
The
context thing,
context.
I think it's okay.
Was nothing I said there funny?
You know who's the funniest
You can
person?
throw it in the middle. I went leader
You know when
in with
those old
that.
guys
You
get
know who had the
swords,
best
they
bit?
start with
I was
just
gonna
a
say, if you
blank?
make it funny instead of offensive, you fucking Arab
But
bastard.
that's the point. I'm good with that. See, I
I'm
want to
good with
be
you
able to
calling me a
say.
Jew bastard. It's
I want to
fine.
say I need to. We could go on a.
Yeah, if I got mad every time someone called me a
35,
dirty
31.
hippie, I'd be fucking spending all my time being mad.
135, 31.
Let's just do 2.
You know who was the
part
funniest?
1, part 2.
The funniest person at the 2-minute standoff was that Darlene, because as much as you just told her like, "Hey, you're done," she was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna keep going." Did you see me just laughing at that? Because it was just like you have no concept of what we're trying to
No,
do here.
none.
But it was just wonderful.
You're
She
like,
was just like, "Hey,
whatever.
you're done. Like that's time," and she was just like. Well, I mean, I'm gonna finish this 4-minute story in a
Of my
2-minute
mom in
bit.
a religious set.
Oh my god, it was like I was laughing so hard. But I think that's more of like my style is like just ridiculous. Like when something just is going off the rails, it's the funniest shit in the world to me.
So I feel like since I'm Arab, I should be able to say sand nigger religiously on stage. That's why I wrote that down and the word beep next to it. That way I'll be able to like beep. Be able to beat the shit out of that.
Wade wants to say sand beep.
Jawa.
I want to stab Paul in his goddamn neck real quick.
What's wrong with your fascination with Paul? I don't get it.
Because he found out I was half Jewish.
He's just in the line of sight, dude, because I'm not, like, normally if I'm staring at you, I can say something like, you know, your hair looks like a fucking half witch right now.
Yeah, I know I'm not catching any of this.
It looks like the aliens from Independence.
It's fucking, it did stunts for fucking the Predator hair and shit like that.
Boom.
No?
Oh my goodness. that's
Sexual
funny.
predator, maybe.
Sexual Predator. Those 13-year-old boys
Weed
don't live
predator.
around this
We
block.
got lists for that.
How long was that walk that you had to knock on every fucking door and let them know that conversation?
You don't have to do that when you get a medical marijuana card.
Oh.
Just want to let you know some good weed down the street.
It was a great walk because I made thousands of dollars.
You probably, goddamn.
Do you
oh my
think
God.
now that Colorado is legal, that is I don't know what your business is, honestly. I don't know what's going on, but do you think that
Hypothetically, allegedly,
I
don't know what your business
Honestly, I just
is.
don't know. I don't know if you're selling. I don't know if you're just making stuff or what you're doing. I don't presume to. But do you think that now that it's legal in Colorado that more people are doing it, or it's just easier, or
A little bit of both. There are the younger people. Now we just have more access. there are older people that we've been trying to convince that it's good for medicine that have been like, but it's illegal. And now they're like, look, it's legal. And they're like, oh, I don't have to worry. Let's puff down.
Yeah.
And then there are the older guys that are war vets and stuff that were like, I remember smoking that when I was wherever the hell they put me, and it was awesome. And they're like, I couldn't smoke, so it's illegal. I'm a veteran. I got, I want to be a good person. And now it's legal. And so since it's not troublesome to have it, get it, grow it, smoke it, a lot more people seem to be, not a lot, but a good percentage seem to be smoking. And oddly enough, it's not the kids. It's not like the high school stuff like everyone was worried about. It's the older folks that are going, hey, I've been wanting to do that.
Oh, the kids are doing much more fucked up shit.
The kids are eating Molly. Everyone
Yeah.
wants bath salts and Molly. And yeah, the Molly's huge.
Crocodile.
Yeah, they've been doing weed since they were 8. Like that.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with it before.
Well, but their parents smoke weed, so it's not a thing.
Yeah, that's some of
My
it.
daughter's she busted me one time when she was real little, but she's only seen me smoke one time in her 10 years. I was out on a back porch somewhere where at someone else's house, and the kids took a nap, and we went on the back porch and smoked a pipe, and she got scared because she was sleeping at someone else's house taking a nap and woke up and ran on the back porch, and I was elbows up with a bowl in my hand hitting it. She came up from behind me, and I got it down, but only seen me one time in her 10-year career as a kid. Yeah.
Okay, well, here's a question I ask both of you guys because we have kids. Do you think that with the legalization of marijuana and it kind of like being downplayed as something that's going to be worse for your kids' generation when they grow up, what's going to be the thing to rebel with then? Are you guys worried about that?
I think that I have tried very hard to teach them that drugs are bad, because I truly believe that like even Vicodins and you can OD on aspirin.
Well, especially that stuff, pharmaceuticals.
Well, I mean,
we're learning
that's-
about all of that.
That's really the scary stuff to me. But I'm trying to teach them, like, look, we'll watch the documentaries together. Watch this person, like, before they did meth, halfway through, and then when they got busted, and look how they look now. So there's so much worse drugs that I'm worried about than weed. But I do try to just tell them, like, hey, if you want to do it, like, we will do it together. Like, but you're 12, so I don't want you doing it until, like, when you turn 18, then we'll do stuff together. Like, if you want to go do DMT, and I've never done DMT, but, it sounds like something that could be cool. It sounds like it could be the devil. So I don't know. I want them to experience things, but you are right. It is something to be worried about because weed will be passé.
And especially like all these synthetic drugs that are coming out, like spice, even that stuff, which is sold in stores, kills people, and it's way worse for you than marijuana ever could be. And that crocodile shit, well, I don't know how to pronounce it.
No, you're saying it right.
It's crocodile.
Crocodile.
Is it crocodile?
Yeah.
Okay, like you shoot that shit up wrong, and it like makes your flesh rot.
No, it's not wrong. It's period.
Okay, so
it's
it makes your flesh rot off.
See, and I had heard that
it kills the flesh. It kills everything around the injection point. All the
it's made
flesh
out of
around.
like red phosphorus and.
Well, it's made out of like chemicals that you find underneath the sink. It's similar to heroin, but you can make it at home, and the recipe is online.
so it's a meth heroin.
Correct, and it's instant, and you can keep making it and making it and making it, and that's what's killing the cells all
it makes
around
your skin
everyone.
rot off.
See, and I saw the picture of the girl with the skin rotting off, but I was just like, that can't be real.
Well, it's from the injection of basically your like Ajax and like fucking Drano is
Sounds
mixed
healthy.
into this shit, and you're
Let's
injecting
just
it.
drink bleach and get it done with.
Well, essentially, and that's what you're injecting, and it immediately starts killing all of the cells, and that's what all that scabbing and everything is, because that skin's dead from that point in time on.
I was going to eat after everybody finished up here, but
Hey,
I think
whatever.
I'm good now. I
Whatever.
think I'm good.
There's shit like that going on, like,
Yeah.
is that going to become just like, oh, let's just try
That's part of
this?
what my response was going to be to the question. When I was younger, they were like, drugs are bad, and they drew a picture of a weed leaf. They put a picture of a freaking syringe. They put a bunch of pills. Alcohol was never on there, but they were like, drugs are bad. And so one day I'm hanging out. I guess my family wasn't the best at having kids, but my uncles used to just smoke weed around me. They were my age that I am now, and I was probably 9 or 10, 8 or 9. They just hit the bong while I'm there. They acted like he doesn't know what we're doing. I knew, dude, this shit smelled delicious. I'm from California. So I've been around it, and so I saw my uncles doing it, and one day one of my friends, like it's going to happen, goes, here, hits a joint, passes it to me, and I was like, I've seen all my uncles sit around the couch and smoke weed, and all they do is eat fucking Taco Bell and laugh. Why can't I do this, you know? And it was like the coolest shit ever. So I smoked weed, right? Did it, check mark on the bucket list of life. Loved it, do it. Later on in life, someone's got some acid. And I'm like, well, I saw that big sign, weed's bad, and they put acid right next to it. So I did weed, that was cool. I did acid. Holy fuck! That's like 52 weeds at once. Like, boom! And so I didn't, if they would have just been like, weed's like level 1 and not been from the beginning, drugs are bad. If they would have given me some sort of, like,
frame of reference.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And don't lie to me. Don't pump me up. And put alcohol in there, because I see a lot of people.
Well, what you're speaking of essentially is almost the answer to your question of, is crocodile going to become passe? You're going to have to assume
is
that
the
we're
weed
going
going to become passe is what I think.
And crocodile become the thing to rebel with.
No, well...
Where before it was kind of like you're saying, like, oh, this is bad, and somebody hands you a joint, this is going to be crazy, and then you find out it's not a big
So
deal.
I believe that, so marijuana is seen, I believe, kind of differently. It's not seen as alcohol to a lot of people, but it's also seen that it's being used responsibly by medical marijuana first, responsibly enough to be used into the community second, introduced. Marijuana has taken a big responsible step fighting stigmatisms that has been built for decades. Thank you, sir.
Stigmatism?
And is that what I
It's in
said?
your eye. It's in your eye.
Stigma.
Does it help for stigmatism?
Get glaucoma, motherfucker.
Right.
It's fought a stigma for decades, and now it's finally won because it's been proven that it doesn't kill people.
Right.
That you're not going to start stabbing people when you have a marijuana cigarette.
Rape white bitches?
Yeah,
There's
Reefer Madness
bad
taught
things
us.
about everything if you abuse it. You can abuse marijuana, but
absolutely.
I would rather
agree.
hang out with somebody who abuses marijuana than somebody who abuses alcohol.
I agree,
Any day of the week.
but unfortunately, heroin, the way it's been introduced into our society,
Heroin's something completely different. That's a mean,
dark
mean
alley
thing.
there.
but it's the
That's
main
devil.
it's the main drug that cures America's pain. I mean, that's what's used for Oxycontin. That synthetic heroin is what's used for everything. So like, heroin in this aspect wasn't introduced. It was just boom right there. And if we were to take a heroin needle and say, try to introduce a heroin needle into society, what would society say? No. Not at all.
But they're
But if a
scared
doctor
of
prescribes it in pill form, it's okay. Yeah.
So that right there, marijuana has taken a different avenue too, and that's why I don't see that anything else can be formed around it. I.e., like if it opens up to DMT and acid, because if that becomes like, listen, if we're responsible enough to use marijuana, then can we have society be responsible enough to use acid in an enlightenment way and not in an
I
abusive
think we
way?
should be using those chemicals and those substances.
And that's Terrence McKenna.
Like,
He basically
people-
says that
I subscribe heavily to the Terrence McKenna and Joe Rogan's ideas, those sort of
says
thoughts.
that,
I agree
that
completely.
monkeys basically fucking flipped over cow shit because they had to come down from the trees because there was no more food after whatever cataclysmic event. They flipped over cow shit. They fucking ate the mushrooms. And from that, we've taken an evolutionary step because that created conscious thought. Now,
Have
if
you ever
that's...
eaten mushrooms?
I just got to try
So when
some.
you eat some mushrooms,
I only tried
you want to know different shit. Like, I don't care about what's on the bottom of this glass right now, but after I ate some mushrooms, I might want to know what's right between that table and that glass. What the fuck is that space?
I just got a little feeling over the
You
Brah.
might make a hammer. You might build a hut. Like, after a while.
I didn't get to, so I just got to feel it
Built
over
a
the
few huts in
Brah.
my day.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Especially on good drugs.
I'm such a square. Shit.
the last time, or when I did mushrooms,
See, I can't get in a cage and fight with anybody.
No.
So we're on total, like, that's shit that I'm like, I could never do that.
Well, it's weird because it is something where it is the adrenaline is your drug at that point, and you are going in to get punched in the face. Like,
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get punched in the face.
And that's kind of how I feel when I smoke a hit of DMT. Like, it's gonna just fucking boom right in the face, and you lay down. Like, by the time you're done blowing out like DMT, you hit it and you set the pipe down as quickly as you can, because you're gonna blow it out and lean the fuck over and just kind of fall out for a good 30 seconds. 30 seconds, dude. And then you sit up and you go, holy crap, because it feels like a good 3-hour tour. You and Gilligan and your little buddies just got fucking swept away to
So, in my youth, I was horribly irresponsible with psychotropic, like mushrooms. They scared the fuck out of me because I didn't know how to handle
that's
what I was
called
dealing
respect.
with. Well, I didn't know what I was dealing with, and whenever I tried them, I had such paranoia while I was doing them that my mind was in this basis of fear the entire
Cock
time.
block yourself from your
And that's what I did. Since I feel like I've reached some sort of a little bit of maturity, I've only got to try one stem, and it gave me about a 17-minute it was like just feeling up over the bra. I didn't even get to feel like a little nipple or nothing, bro. But it was just like the first that I would love to experience all of that because I like. If my mind is the next step, evolutionary step, the human mind, right? If that is it, because it doesn't stop here, right? Like we don't stop. And the only thing that I can think of that makes us better is this upstairs, us using all of it to make better society. If mushrooms are the avenue, if DMT is the avenue, and if acid is the avenue, then it is something that I'm willing to try to find out, I guess.
You'll learn shit.
And
You'll find out things about yourself.
Joe Rogan, or not Joe Rogan, Graham Hancock, who is like the master on DMT, that's been with Joe Rogan. It wrote a book and basically said with DMT, or it could have been Joe Rogan that quoted this as well, basically said, the first time you do DMT, you learn so much about yourself that you hate yourself when you're done with it.
For a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute.
But you know that everything's going to be okay.
You know when you're really sick,
and
you have the flu or whatever kind of sickness makes you sweat and get the spins, and you're praying, oh God, fucking let me feel better. God, I'll never eat a taco star again. Please, God, let me live through this and quit shitting my liver out of my body. You know that next step when you go to sleep and you dream, and your dreams are like, you see
Vivid.
dragons and that's close to that psychedelic experience. It's close to the same part of your brain that it activates, I think. That's a panic reaction. Your body doesn't know what's going on. You're filling your brain up with all these new chemicals, and it's a fight or flight thing, but you have no choice. You can't fight anymore because you're flooded. Your dopamine and whatever other things that in your brain absorb.
Well, they say that the DMT
the guinea pig
releases the chemical from the pineal gland, which essentially is what they say is responsible for seeing. When you die, the only time that the chemicals from the pineal gland is released, that's the body's like painkiller right there. So this chemical in its highest concentrated dose is located in the human body. When it's released into your body, it causes like a white light and vivid like psychedelic visions. That way you don't see or feel anything that's happening to you. They say that DMT helps bring that out, and that's part of what's going on. Like, that's worth a fucking shot in my book.
do it.
Would you try it, Paul Rosales?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah.
So if I pulled it out of my desk drawer right now and set it on the table,
No.
okay, just curious.
Yeah, it's weird. First time in your house.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably not the best time.
I have to be
like,
ready for that.
Yeah, okay, understandable.
Don't bullshit me.
If you're gonna do drugs with your friends that are like spiritually adventurous, you should do them with the dreadlock guys.
Dude.
That's what I always.
I agree.
I have a weird relationship with psychedelic drugs. So
That's
used them.
something to be respected.
I have used them and I learned to respect them, and now I have to be in that right state of mind before I take any.
Yeah. I was at a
awesome.
fish show one year, and a guy was giving
Be
us
responsible, yeah.
giving us hits of acid, and I handed him $20 so that me and my buddy could both get a couple of doses dropped in our mouth. And my buddy got a couple drops, and I was like, cool. And I'm tall, so the dude reaches up to give me mine, and he realized that he just dropped way too damn much in my face. And I go, damn, bro, I hope that's fake. And he goes, you got your money's worth. And he vanished. That dude was gone. Like, I couldn't describe him, don't know what he looked like. Disappeared into the fish crowd in the parking lot. Dude, I think I was tripping for a good 2.5, 3 days. Enjoyed probably 75% of that. Other than the times that all my friends would lay down and go to sleep, and I'd just be like, I'm tripping and awake. I'm tripping and awake. Still awake, and I'm still tripping.
See, I've been in situations like that before where everyone's asleep and I'm
man.
still awake.
just tripping by yourself. Don't go look in the mirror. No.
I'm not tripping right now, but you sort of look like a fucking guy that should have a music box and a little monkey running around with a cigarette and a sign that says "tip me." And when the little girl goes to tip you, like your dick's in the box.
Okay.
All right, I've been saving this.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for something to come out of that.
You look like you should be reviewing technical gadgets on Attack of the Show.
I don't know what that is.
I know. That's why I said it in a roundabout way.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
You look like
Our
you should
podcasters
change your
will
name
put
to
that
Paul
together.
Bunyan and have a fucking little boy toy called Babe that you just fucking sling around. You
I don't
sick
see
fuck.
how that's a put down.
Yeah, me neither. You guys just described me way better than I already am.
Yeah,
Fucking
he's
sick
pretty
pervert.
much calling you Matt Myra. And
yeah,
we
see,
got
someone's
this.
catching
Okay
on. I
with
was
that.
looking for
Man,
pictures.
He does stuff. That's
Funny.
cool.
He's a funny son of a bitch.
That guy has a paycheck.
Good job.
Step one, paycheck.
Hey, I just wanted to throw this out there. It's way off topic, but I just finished a book called The Metamorphosis of Prime Intellect.
Did you write this or read this?
No, I read this.
Okay.
It's from like '94.
Who wrote it? Whatever.
I can't remember the guy's name. He's not like a main author by any means. It's like a self-published thing. But if anybody's looking to just
I'm
read
interested.
the most fucking like acid trip of a book that I've ever read, Metamorphosis of Prime Intellect. It was real fun. There was a lot of fucked up shit in there though, so I would definitely, if you're squeamish about like any subject, like watch out for this one. But it was real cool on Kindle. It's only $3. So
For Paul's Mexican side, do they have it in pesos?
how many pesos is that?
Nothing again.
Clint is actually going to tweet the name of that book
What
for
is it?
everybody.
That's a good
I
call.
got it. Metamorphosis of Prime Intellect.
Yeah,
He's already tweeted it.
Yeah, I have tweeted it because I love that book. I don't read a lot, so when
If
I
you don't
do
read a lot,
You
can
hire
always check
him
out
as a
audible.com,
sidekick? Is he
audible.com
just
for
your
books you don't have to
he's
second
read.
my
guy?
Twitter sidekick
Jesus
because some of
Christ.
us like Twitter.
He already twittered it. He already twittered it.
I didn't
I
say
did.
Twitter.
Yes, you. What did you
I will
say?
say
It's a
Twitter.
tweet.
I apologize.
I
He
twittered
tweeted
it.
it. He already tweeted it.
You're being a twat.
Metamorphosis of Prime Intellect.
Wade's just used to like having the word twittered around him in
I don't know.
courtrooms.
I just,
Oh,
Did
man.
you Twitter that little girl?
I just thought David Schwimmer seemed a lot cooler on TV, and like he's turning out to be a real dick.
Maybe we need to switch.
I'm not even gonna bust out the other one because it'll just get
Do
totally. No. Because when the giant robots come and crush through the house and try to kidnap you and that hot chick, I don't want to be involved. Okay.
But I know that was way off subject, but that was definitely a book that I enjoyed. I've been trying to read more lately, mostly because I don't have, I have 8 channels, and
Library cards free.
4 of them are in Spanish. So,
So Paul's watching that channel in the other room.
I don't even speak Spanish.
es muy
That makes
bueno.
sense.
The girls on the Spanish channel are
Oh my
hot, though.
God.
That was definitely
Sábado
not
gigante.
Yeah. Yes, watch that. Like I don't even.
I am about
That old dude and all them
exotic
super
looking
hot
girls,
chicks,
too,
man.
God damn, every time. You just kind of, do you feel, I always, whenever I tune in on one of those Spanish channels, I immediately feel like a pervert because I know I'm not there for any other reason.
Hey, in
There's no
that country,
content.
those
You know what I'm
girls are
saying?
legal.
What's that?
In that country, those girls are legal.
That's how I feel about all of the internet, so it's okay.
Every time you get on any website, it's, oh my god.
I don't want to check your web history, do I?
Look at mine, dude. I'm proud of mine, dude. I got porn left to right on that thing. It's
So,
Is
I
there-
don't know if I want to ask this
There's other
question.
stuff on the internet.
What's your go-to abuse my dick? Right now I gotta abuse my dick bad. What am I gonna click on right now?
something involving gagging, more than
Oh
likely.
man,
Okay.
I can see that out of you.
It happens when you have a huge cock.
I'm not sure if I wanted to ask or hear an answer, but gravity took me that way. And I fell for it.
How about you? You know, just really light stuff. Chicks that fuck dogs.
Whatever.
Like that.
Are they fucking the dog like dog style, or are they on their backs?
You know, sometimes either way, you know,
It depends on the type of dog.
Japanese girls.
I've actually seen a dog fuck
vaginas.
video, and it was an accident because I actually downloaded some shit that was supposed to be a real video that I wanted to watch as a fish thing from Denver, and it was actually this chick getting dog pounded by her dog, and
Yeah.
she let the dog finish in her, and I was offended. I was like, that's just, you can't let your dog come in you. That is gross.
Have more self-respect, lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have babies that look like me.
Oh.
That's how you make a teen wolf.
I thought we were gonna see it that.
Have a Pueblo girl dog fucking.
Who called that?
wrong
You
way.
called that out. That was such a good joke. Calling him Teen Wolf. You guys
It's fun.
practice.
You're the first.
Did you guys
one
practice
on
that on your fucking
basketball.
tweeting?
On the tweeter.
No,
Yeah.
no. I think I said it the first time we hung out that you looked a little.
Oh, you did.
wolfish.
Yeah,
Probably.
you did.
And then
Yeah.
I just thought it was gonna happen. You know, it
And
didn't
it did.
Well, has it been a
magic.
full moon since?
No, I don't think
There
so.
we go. That's what I'm waiting on.
I never see you on a full moon.
That's why. Because I'm locked up, chained to a radiator, because I'm about to kill everyone.
The,
Oh
teen,
my
the
God.
Teen Wolves were.
I wish you two
gentle.
would hold hands and jump off a bridge into a fucking truck right now. This goddamn conversation. You guys are like a fucking couple. Fuck.
It's cute, let him go at
Oh.
it. I was
You're
just
just
kind of
jealous,
liking
bitch.
it.
Yeah.
Look at the lady. Look at this.
Do I
I'm
need to
not
spoon
doing
you after the
Look,
podcast? What the
look at
fuck?
this. Come on.
Why were you about to make fun of me because I'm not as good looking as you? And
It's good to
Clint's
see ya.
talking to me and not you.
That's
what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I was
And his little buddy chimes in.
He don't
as soon
even
as
look
he makes
good.
it. Now look.
He don't even look good.
Do you
He
hear
doesn't
this?
look good.
I'm trying to let them have their date.
No, seriously, we get to go out once a month, and you're kind of ruining it.
Well, I'm
You're like
just
the
saying.
frozen yogurt away from being like highly gay.
A fun yogurt away.
I give $0
I wasn't
about
gonna say
being
fun
called
yogurt,
gay.
so I don't
Yeah,
want to
me
shut
neither,
that out.
man.
I honestly, like,
That doesn't bother me. One
gay
bit.
is awesome. Like, they are the happiest fucking people. Can you imagine being able to sit down and watch a hockey game with your significant other and not have to explain the fucking rules? That'd be wonderful.
So are you saying gay people know the rules to hockey?
It's just the ones I hang out with.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
I love gay men because they make me feel great about myself.
Fuck yeah.
Like they give me a confidence boost.
Seems to be a lot of work being a gay man.
Fuck
Being
yeah.
super all day.
Oh, they give a
I'm
they give a
lazy
shit
for
about their
that
lives,
shit.
and that's cool.
Their appearance is always on par. Like, you don't see, like, a gay man roughing it. Like,
You don't see a
No,
gay
no.
bum.
No,
maybe you do.
You never see gay bums. It's true.
no. Well, you never. Can I get some change? That's like something I've never
Can
heard.
I get some change? Yes. Some change over here.
Can you
I wanna
spare a
see-
nickel for some Pinot
Excuse
Grigio?
me.
I want to see a sign.
Excuse me.
A sign that says "We'll work for daiquiris."
Such dick for
We'll
change.
work for pedicure. We'll work for manicure. We'll work for mani pedi. Mani pedis.
We're just now trashing the gay community.
Sorry, everybody.
Oh.
Let's
So-
not do that.
It's
Danae
because we love
Escar's
you
gonna be
so
on the
much.
next one, so-
We're just jealous of you. That's
Let's
all
see.
it is.
2 hours. We'll edit. We'll edit the.
No,
gays.
leave that. We
Oh,
love
yeah,
the gay
whatever.
We do
community.
respect the
It's
gays.
just funny.
Uh,
Funny is funny. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Amen.
Let's
I,
pick on.
Yeah, if
Ross
we
to-
were just bagging
and
on white people,
trying-
then
yeah.
it would just be like,
Ross
everyone.
and our
Bagging on white
stupid
people's
jobs and
fun,
educations.
Yeah.
God
Fucking
damn it.
people
Will
that
you
can
do,
get
do you have
jobs.
any other shirts other than plaid?
Dude, he looks good in that shit.
Fuck,
That's his
man.
thing.
What are you trying to do? Be the goddamn Mexican Eddie Haskell?
Do you have any other facial hair
Beaver.
other than like a penciled on mustache?
Man. Is there anything else to say other than
The
picking
only
on our
good
guests?
quality about you is your facial hair, motherfucker.
That's
Don't
actually
try
true.
to point out
That
that,
is
to
100%
anybody else.
true.
So
Dude, look at the hair on his head.
I had the
That
same
shit's
thing, and I shaved
it's
it. And now
flowing
I
and shit. Yeah.
Now
yeah.
apparently Wayne's just
Looks like
attacking
he
it.
blow dried the shit out of
dress.
it this morning.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Look at you. You got your
button-up shirts.
You got this goddamn Kurt Cobain sweater on like you're in the fucking. You were the out of shape lead singer for Weezer that doesn't wear his fucking
I always
glasses.
thought
That's what you
I
are.
was like Shrek if he went to art school.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Shrek's attractive, motherfucker.
And that
Shrek's
is
got a
not my
fucking
guy.
show. You're living on your goddamn parents'
We did
basement.
talk about how you like to masturbate to cartoons, so this makes so much sense now.
Me?
Gagging cartoons?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Gagging
did.
I do.
Wait, I haven't jerked off to a cartoon in a minute, I think.
You got a list
Tonight.
Oh,
By the
wait,
time this
what?
airs.
We talked about it on the last podcast how you have a list of cartoon characters you would fuck, and apparently Shrek's on
Jessica
there too.
Rabbit better be on that.
I did.
Yeah,
That was my
that was
first
the only
one.
one.
That was the only one we got to, yeah.
That was my
And then
first
apparently,
one.
Smurfette,
apparently
bro.
now Shrek.
Smurfette.
Sexually attracted.
No. You said you're the fucking artistic Shrek.
Yeah, I know,
said
and you're
Shrek's
still
back.
jealous about Clint talking to me, and I don't look good, so you're like, Shrek's Shrek's my man.
Now this fucking hack's bringing up some goddamn jealous.
If I was gonna fuck a cartoon, it would be Smurfette, because you don't even have to choke her to make her turn blue.
Let me use a drum. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Real quick,
I'm not a comic.
what is hack? Like, I don't understand. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I'm being hacky, but maybe I'm being
it's
way hacky.
I feel like hacks know.
That's a hack.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The Smurfette
joke. That's a hacky joke.
But being a hack, they say by definition, is essentially stealing bits.
Oh, fuck that.
So if you're doing bits
Or
that
fucking.
if
your bit is
I don't think I've ever
once again,
stolen anything.
the plastic version of pun jokes
Okay,
can get
thank
hacky.
you for-
plastic puns.
Like I would never
can get
consciously
hacked.
steal anything because I would
But
just
you mean-
use
so,
stuff that I write. that
here's
comes from my head.
here's a really good point
And
that
a
I try to
one-trick
make.
pony.
When did I already bring up this boy band?
Right there.
I don't know.
You're
Taking
funny
myself
here.
off.
You didn't need to write shit down to come here to be funny. You're just funny, so you can convey funny on a stage. Like you don't have to write stuff down and try to. Now, if I say this, I'll be funny. Like I would have to write every second of a bit down to be funny because I'm not naturally on a stage funny like that. You guys have that, which is what makes you not a hack. That's me. He's trying to give you a better
Is
definition.
there
I'm
is there
interrupting,
just
sorry.
No, you're good.
hacky subjects or like airplane food?
Yes.
Like, but if you do it differently, if I say fuck the airplane food tasted like shit, I wish I hadn't been eating in the toilet.
So they say, not they, but they say,
But that's
like
funny.
like doing a Facebook joke. Like that's just an easy.
But if you start it with,
I brought
why
up
is
Facebook.
it
Yeah.
that airplane food
Everybody-
tastes
It's
like
really- it's
shit?
really about-
Yeah, but that's
that gets
sexting.
hacky.
That's tearing off a fucking Seinfeld. Like just that voice, just that cadence. Like I want my own cadence. I want my own everything.
That's why you're not a hack. That's why you don't even know what a hack is. Because you have no intention of aiming at that.
Are we seeing any hacks in the local scene? Like not to name names, but do you think that there are any? I would say that I thought that there could be some, but as it evolves, as we're all so young in comedy, is it even fair to call somebody a hack yet?
Yeah,
Because they haven't had the
I've kind
time.
of felt the same way. Maybe like,
I'll first give you my own experience, and then I'll comment on other. There were at an open mic. There were 5 young kids from the ages of like 19 to 21, sitting in the front row, and I was feeling my groove in my set, doing my thing, handling business, and I see these 5 kids, and I look dead at them in their khaki pants and their fucking shirt. I was like, y'all look like a fucking boy band. Huge laughs come to the crowd. About 2 months later, I'm just reading articles on comedy, and I come across an article of 2 British comics that come up with a list of things that they would wish new comics would stop saying. And number 5 on the list were stop referring to dudes as a boy band. This tells me that I should never say this again, but I didn't know. I'd never read this article or assumed that this was just something that had come up in my set, and I did it on the fly. But I know never to basically say that again or use that reference. But it also tells me
why not? It worked, right?
yeah, but it's used so much by so many other comics that 2 dudes wrote a fucking
Well, fuck those 2 dudes. Who the fuck are they?
2 pretty esteemed comics that see enough of it and hear enough comics use
You don't
the
want to
same.
tell a joke twice.
I don't think.
And these comics are telling a joke about that joke. So
Right,
that
but I'm not
joke's
gonna. I'm not gonna tell anybody that they can and can't say.
Oh
something.
no! But they made a list of like just,
Oh, was it the jokey thing?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, they made a list of just 100 things that are hack things.
I thought it was like a serious thing. Like you should never say these.
Oh no! They just wrote it out like probably I'd say half and half,
Okay.
half serious, half joke.
Dane Cook's Guide to Comedy.
Right.
But here's what it told me. It tells me I'm on the right track.
Okay.
It tells me that
1 page.
I'll probably never use that again, but it tells me I'm on the right track. Now, on the flip side, have I heard people during the open mics or in Pueblo hack bits? Yes. I know comedians that have hacked Patton Oswalt on a regular basis. I know comedians that have hacked.
Oh, you're saying Steele?
Yes.
Oh,
Straight Steele.
fuck
Have
that.
I been one of those comedians?
No.
Not that I don't. Not that I'm
I just
aware.
asking your opinion.
Not that I'm aware.
Both of you guys.
I've never heard you steal. I would never have expected that you stole a joke from somebody.
Because I really don't, but like I could see how something could be subconscious, where it could be similar, and that could be seen as that.
It's like being a musician. It's hard to play
Right, because me
a
and
new
John,
guitar riff that you haven't already heard.
me, John, and his brother Andy have done similar things where we've sat around and we talked, and then we had a discussion, and then we go off and something comes up and we remember it. Oh, and we write a joke about it, and it's a different joke but same topic. And it's like a little bit too close from
writing
comfort.
a bit together that was somebody else's bit, and I went, oh wait,
Ralphie
because
May.
we were hacking a Ralphie May on accident,
Right.
And he said something, and the reply that I had was Ralphie May's. Oh wait, I went ding ding, this joke's taken, and we just abandoned. I saw him just scratch it out like abandoned.
I am not about. So Previn attacked on his second set in the 2-minute standoff. He attacked his lack of facial hair, and his joke that he had for it is better than my joke that I had for it that I had never said before that I was going to think about saying in an introduction.
Right.
But I struck it immediately.
Yeah.
Not to say that I can't come back to it at some point in time, rework it and use it in a different crowd, but I would never. The likelihood of me going back to that would be very rare. But not to say that I don't save it and use or look at least a premise in there and maybe try to relate it later on, because you never know. You never know. Like you right now, you don't have facial hair. And if you had a pun or a crack at someone in the crowd that lacked a facial hair, that's something that you can use now on yourself as self-deprecation in a set.
That's true.
So, I mean, like, you want to hold on to everything you write down in that aspect. But I think on the second open mic, I heard Patton Oswalt hacked, I heard Lewis Black hacked, I heard Dane Cook hacked, I heard Louis C.K. hacked, I think Jim Norton hacked.
This was at
The second open mic.
our open mic?
Yeah.
I know. I'm just really self-conscious about it. I don't want anybody to think that I'm taking anybody's stuff.
You weren't among that list, but I know that there was.
That's because I was just ripping off of. See, but I felt like I don't know exactly. Like, I guess my definition of hacky is just like it wasn't like stealing shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so like, oh, you have these kind of jokes, and these kind of jokes are just already played out. I remember my first one was just trying to say how Colorado is awesome because we got legal weed. Is that already played out? I didn't think so by then, but at the same time, that was my first open mic. So,
like legal weed, like I attacked weed. Not attacked, but I mentioned weed in like my first set that I ever did. Talked about my dick in like my first set. Talked about how I
the
did
weed
like
part's
girls.
covered by somebody.
Doug Benson's got it pretty well covered.
Locally, there's another guy covering the weed jokes for you. You guys,
Doug Stern.
Yeah, I was going to call anybody out. He does enough weed jokes for
in
the
the
whole
state
group.
of Colorado,
That's his thing.
it's Chuck Roy, and when you hear that motherfucker go, bro.
And Josh Flew
See,
does a
and
lot of
that's-
good weed
Yes, he
jokes.
does.
I'm so worried about getting like lumped into something. I don't want to be known as like, oh, he's a pop comic or he's a this comic or he's jokes.
So like you see that. So for me, it's
And I said one trick pony earlier, and that's exactly what I meant.
yeah.
Stonewall yourself.
I like to bag on girls.
pigeonhole yourself. Is
I like to take that avenue.
But you know, your whole set's not talking shit about girls.
It used to be.
Yeah, the first couple times I
Well,
saw
the first
him, I
couple
was like,
times I did it was
wow.
all about jacking off and my dick.
Yeah.
So,
But
Glad
I
I missed
branched
that
out.
show.
I've definitely branched
not
out,
me.
and it's definitely helped me a lot. It definitely, to start covering multiple topics, it's helped me out a lot.
that's where I've been trying to go. Is just if that 10 minutes, I felt like I covered a lot of ground.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like, oh, the whole thing's about weed. It was like start out like crying to extreme home makeover. I shouldn't be crying to that. I mean, a fucking steel worker, you know. And I thought that was fun.
Did you guys find the 10 minutes a challenge?
yeah, I kind of found it like not really a challenge, but definitely intimidating
Yeah.
to just go up there and be expected to be funny for that long.
10 minutes is an eternity.
It's really long
You
up
can't
there.
just
I don't even know
fail.
how much time I did. Like
I
I think I
didn't
got
time
close.
any of y'all.
I did. I knew. I.
Oh no,
clocked
I kept you were.
I clocked mine, and it was right at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was very happy that that's exactly how long my shit went, because that's what I was hoping for.
I'm pretty sure I went pretty close.
Yeah, you were.
You have to hit multiple subjects in 10
Yeah.
minutes because if you go for weed, if there's only a small demographic in that room, well, it's Puebla. All of that room smokes weed, but if you want to go anywhere else, everybody doesn't all smoke weed. So you're going to tell that weed joke for 10 minutes, and only the weed heads are going to laugh. The martini drinkers, the Volvo drivers, Brokeback Mountain over here. He's not going to laugh. But he only cares about so many weed jokes before he gets bored.
It does. Well, that's why I'm trying to go. Okay, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to hit this, and then I'm going to do this and this and this, and it's all just to get to my closer. My take your closer off.
Shouldn't there be, man? In the colonial suit, can I tell that joke?
No.
Chris
did a great job,
great.
bro.
That took
Dude,
fucking
I was gonna say we
balls.
should give everybody a compliment from that night. We
So
could've got off
Christopher
subject
Rivera,
there.
fucking, what a way to open it, because that's a hostile crowd. Like, not mean, but that crowd was like
I wish he was louder.
buzzing. Yeah. That had a little mic issues on it. He does have a Mitch Patel type of delivery where it's like a little mumbly.
Mm-hmm. I like when he broke off from that though, when he was telling his revolutionary story.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just like, who's
He's
this guy?
saying Ave Maria.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Chris, and I've hung out with Chris for a long time.
Okay.
We've been friends for a long time. We went to high school together, and that guy has spontaneously busted out in show tunes. His favorite band is the Andrews Sisters.
What?
When he sings
Awesome.
karaoke, he sings Andrews Sisters songs
Nice.
and like Rent. And this isn't the first time he's dressed up in colonial just to go out to bars and hang out like that.
That's fucking great.
That
He's on
dude-
that next level.
And he is literally the smartest person I know. He's
I
like
don't doubt
genius smart. He's in school right now. Like he's gonna go to grad school and just fucking be a funny, weird motherfucker to everybody. And he's a great fucking comedian, really funny guy.
He killed it.
Crazy.
He killed it.
Punny as shit.
He has the witty puns, man, that a lot of people either love it or hate it, man.
I just wish more people weren't talking during his set.
Yeah,
That's one of the
it's-
things
but
about a
that's-
bar show.
It is,
We need
but-
to get you guys into a theater.
yeah, comma, but,
That
comma,
would be
but.
nice, but, it
But
kinda
nobody
seems-
shows up to a theater
But
because
comma,
it's not
but.
the bar.
So,
Quit putting your commas
presence,
in my butt.
presence is huge.
True dat.
So if you have that microphone and it's and you're projecting enough to where you're not holding the microphone right here, you're holding it down here, and you're into that and you're out and you're expressing, the crowd will pay attention to you more.
I have no option but to listen to your dumbass when you have a
Yeah,
microphone.
and if
That's
you're just
true.
stationary, like Charlie does a great job because Charlie can stay stationary for a very long time, and he stays within 1 foot of this mic stand a lot of times. 1 foot here, but it's enough movement to where it works with Charlie, and he has enough command to get you to buy into his jokes because he's really funny.
Yeah.
And when Chris learns, because that's only like his third time he's done stand-up,
Yeah.
when he learns that presence, fuck,
He's gonna be really funny.
he's going to be huge.
I hope he continues to do it.
Same here. I hope
He
all
wants
you
to
do.
be a college professor, so
Well, he could do comedy on the
That's-
side.
I'm
Who gives
telling
a
him
He
shit?
can he can just like start out the classroom. All right, I got my new 5 minutes. So
We're gonna test this first.
Anybody
We're gonna
fucking-
take notes.
Comes
anybody
in
talks
colonial
during
gear.
this, you're fucking failed, motherfuckers.
Hey,
Come to my shows or you're fucking getting ass.
Greg Giraldo was in fucking Harvard Law, bro.
That was one of my favorite
Yeah,
comedians, so
I can
big
play
ups to that guy. Sorry he had to
really
go. I
well.
wish I could have got to see him live, dude. Fuck.
To my homie and that gangster.
I'm gonna
lean.
take a dab for
Thank
that
you.
guy right
Yeah,
now.
I'll take a dab for that guy.
You're gonna take the big one. Look at that dab. I had two sitting here.
I want the big one.
There's a big one and a whittle one.
Go-
You're
Like
gonna
you've
get
heard
the
that
big
one before.
That one's a BB.
Oh, that
That
scared me
one-
so much.
going back to the
This one's coming
whole
to you right
venue
away.
bar thing, I think the downtown bar works really well for a venue for like a little comedy.
I wanted to
I
make sure to
think
give
it-
them a shout out. I'm gonna turn off the torch. I wanted to make sure to say big thanks to those guys. I don't
Yeah.
go to the bar a lot because it's uncomfortable. I don't drink. I don't
Yeah.
have fun at the bar.
Yeah.
Nobody pressured me. Whenever I go to a bar, a waitress or a bartender want to drink. And I'm an alcoholic, dude. After the 18th time, I do want to fucking drink. Shut
Yeah.
up. I know you're there.
Yeah.
And nobody, they asked me once, you need a beer, hun? And I said, no, I don't drink. And they went, oh, okay. Like they kind of made a note
Yeah.
of don't try to give that guy drinks. Just offer
Anytime
him
I
water
walk
later.
up there, they get a water starter.
Yeah.
Because they know that I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
I'm
And
predictable.
That's really cool for the bar because if I go to most bars, they know I don't drink, but they know that if I have one, I'm going to have 65 of them.
I've talked to Keith about it, and he just seems really about trying to build some sort of arts cultural scene here.
I
He
felt
very much
comfortable
is.
there.
He
Very
very
comfortable.
That's
much
why the
is.
downtown bar pays the cover for certain shows for everybody. They pay the band out of
Correct.
pocket so people can come in because
Correct.
no one's seeing these bands.
That's why the deal that I have worked out with those guys doesn't screw them over. Because I mean, most of the deals that you see are like a band will come in and say, "I keep the door, you keep the bar."
Well, hopefully we keep bringing all those people in and they keep drinking like maniacs.
Well,
like they were the
for
other
us,
night.
it's I buy the keg, they pay the comic. So like, it's not a complete investment for those guys or a risk.
That's a big dab. Wow. Nice. He's going to choke a lot, so one of us has to talk about something.
I can do that.
Within that,
Let's talk about the downtown bar.
I'm interrupting.
The only thing with the downtown bar that I don't care for is they got that telephone booth and it kind of cuts off that second half.
so they are talking
You know,
about
that's
building
kinda-
a stage to elevate us up that way.
That thing
I'm already
serves a
elevated
good
up.
purpose.
I don't need to be any taller.
I mean us on the stage.
Yeah, I'm
So-
already up here.
But-
Everybody
but-
can see me.
But for the rest of the people down
Yeah, but what's her
low-
name? Michelle?
Megan.
Megan. You can't see her.
No.
She's like chest high to me. You can't see her if there's somebody walking to the bathroom.
You
she's
have to
going.
go up to the front to watch her do it,
Yeah.
unfortunately. She's really funny.
But that little phone booth is cool because if you're not into the show, that seems like that's the borderline of where I felt I could go talk.
Yeah, but we can still hear
We
you.
can still hear
Oh
you guys,
yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
No,
it's-
Like I was trying to be as cool as I could about it because I understand it's a comedy show, but some people don't give a fuck.
no,
at
some
all,
people
dude.
just don't care. And like,
And I got ADD, and I was like, I'd be
I
like,
can
oh, comedy,
see. Oh,
comedy.
I can't hear this guy, so I'm going to talk to my friends. But sometimes, like, people get out of hand over there, and they start screaming and yelling, like, thinking that they're just in a bar now. We could totally hear them.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's tough. No, it's
No,
just something.
I felt like that phone booth area is about where the show
That
crowd.
place is so small.
It's like where the show and the bar kind of fade into each other.
You'd be
You know, the
surprised.
drinking
You can
crowd
hear.
and that
I don't know
fun.
if it's just like you're imagining it, but I think I can hear every little thing that's going on in that bar when I'm up there.
See, I've been fortunate enough to where I kind of demand a presence up there. So like people shut up when I am not talking. I don't hear people talking. But like when Megan stops talking for a second to let the punchline hit, like all you hear is just everybody like talking, and it's like, God damn it.
That doesn't happen though. So have you told comedy from an elevated stage down?
No.
That doesn't happen to Megan when she's on a stage.
That's
like
going to
that.
give you guys some analysis. Though.
You get
You know,
so I'm 6'3".
You got to compete
You get
with
even
that blonde girl I'm
more
talking to.
confidence.
Oh yeah,
And sometimes that's hard to do.
we'll try.
Yeah.
But
But I
I've
mean,
done.
when you succeed at that, that's how you know. When I put my beer, I don't drink, but hypothetically put my beer down and quit looking at boobs and go, wow. That's when you guys are winning.
From just the few times I've done it, I feel like for me it's kind of like it's okay when it happens and I can make fun of somebody for talking or bring it to the intention.
That
to
was
make
killer
person.
when you just started busting people out. That's what I hope for when I see comedians. I was like, I want to
But
see them just get freestyle.
I also, at the same time, I also just want to tell my jokes because I wrote them and I worked really hard at them and I want people to laugh at those.
Yeah, but
That's what
I plan on coming often enough to where I'll hear them. You know, I'm gonna hear those.
But
I'm
you
one
know,
of
a
those
laugh's a
guys.
laugh. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about
Yeah.
it. Like if people are laughing, fuck yeah.
And it got way too hot in there. I had to step outside during almost every comic set because it got overheated in there. It was cold enough outside where you had to keep your hoodie on, but it was too hot in there where you're like, shit, I need to go outside.
Are you guys going to be at Phil's tomorrow?
Yes, I will be.
Fucking A, man.
I won't be there for that one.
Oh, it's okay.
But I'll be at the next one at the downtown. Hey, what's our next big show from one of our friends coming up that we should talk about?
I'm on a show on Friday. Friday, Charlie's doing his album show. Where he's recording an album.
Charlie who?
Charlie McMullen. I apologize. Yeah, Wade's getting there.
Complete
He's a
senses,
little
buddy. We're on
hot.
a podcast.
The magic shop.
He's yes.
Really?
He's yeah on
I want to see
Friday.
for that.
What's that?
I want a seat for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Friday. I'm hosting. It has John Brown, Ben Verbeek, and then Charlie's recording his album. Should be a great show, I think.
I'm gonna try to make it out to that one. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be there.
I'll be there.
Hey, thanks for having a phone on during a podcast. You should take a phone call.
I was recording the whole thing, so
Oh.
now it's done because my alarm went off, telling me that it is 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. and I have to work at 11.
Turn into
9:40.
a pumpkin.
Fuck yeah, man. Cool then. Is there anything else anyone wants to talk about?
Do you have anything you need to plug other than that Charlie show? Charlie McMullen recording his album at the Magic
December
Shop
20th
on
is
Union or Record Reunion.
Who's on the next showcase?
The next showcase is Jacob Schmidt, Christopher Jordahl, Previn Marquez, Ashton Placencia, and I'm leaving 2 spots open.
Okay.
So it all depends.
See who comes up. See if there's any of you guys.
Maybe. I would really like to leave a spot open to hopefully get a female comic, because I think that's very important for the scene, is to have a female representative at every one of these showcases.
Yeah.
I asked Liz Benfield, but she's going to be in Greeley on the 21st. But she's going to be here later on. She's got a show.
That's one funny bitch.
She is too, man. She's a funny dude. You see her come up, bro, you better be fucking ready. You better bring your shit. You don't want to follow her,
Need
bro.
a man diaper because she'll make you pee your pants.
See, I don't have that. I don't see how one person being really funny and then the next person, like, I guess for me, I don't fear going on after anybody.
So I watched Ben Verbeek crush. And then you watch poor Charlie McMullen trying out new shit, right? It didn't matter who it was, basically. Charlie's fucking hilarious. And it just doesn't matter. Whatever you bring, you know it's not going to be as funny as the dude that just crushed it before you. It sucks.
I don't fear that in any way. I already have what I'm going to do.
It's not the fear. It's adapting to the situation. So you can plug through your material. You can do it word for word and every word that you know. And you can get 0 laughs. But whatever, right? Whatever. Do you feel like you've accomplished anything? You say you're naturally competitive. In that point, it sucks, dude. Yeah. It sucks to suck a dick right behind someone that fucking did awesome.
See, every time I go up